like to introduce.
Listen to the day by day, play by play. Day by day.
I'd like to introduce.
Listen to the day by play. Day by day.
I'd like to introduce.
Listen to the day by day, play by play. Day by day.
I'd like to introduce.
Listen to the day by day, play by play. Day by day, listen by day, play by play. Day by day.
I'd like to introduce.
Listen to the day by play. Day by day.
I'd like to introduce.
Listen to the day by day, play by play. Day by day.
I'd like to introduce.
Listen to the day by day, play by play. Day by day, listen. By day.
I'd like to introduce.
Listen to the day by day, play by play. Day by day, listen.
I'd like to introduce.
Listen to the day by day.
One, two. Thank you. We are live and direct on this beautiful Friday night, live from sunny, muddy, humidity, Charlotte, North Carolina. We are live from the Blue Room. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Thank you for tuning in, whether you're white, black, got straight hair, nappy hair, cornrows, or curls. I'm your host for the night, Day with an I, not a Y. Please do not ask why. And this is the Day and Night Show, reporting live and direct. It is a Friday night. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Instagram. If you're tuning in, I truly appreciate you. If you're watching a rerun, I truly appreciate you. If you're listening to the audio rerun, I truly appreciate you. Tonight's episode, first off, let me make sure I'm coming through clear. 1, 2, 1, 2. Are we? Looks like I'm frozen on IG. I don't know. Y'all got to tell me if we're good on IG or not. But tonight we have a bit of a breakdown, if you would, as in me breaking down something. So this show is going to be completely about something else. But I was on Twitter, Twitter's my guilty pleasure. I know a lot of people say like TikTok, like they scroll on TikTok and all that. Hezzy Ref, my dog, appreciate you. You get a bomb for that. First comment of the night. I know a lot of people say TikTok is their guilty pleasure. Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitter, that's my guilty pleasure. I can be on Twitter for hours because you can go to something and it can lead to something else underneath it. It can have a part two. It can have the reviews. It can have videos following it. It's a rabbit hole. So Twitter, or X, formerly known as my Twitter, that's my guilty pleasure. So I was on Twitter. I was on X this week, and I saw a lot of back and forth on a certain relationship that's going around, that started, I guess you could say. And relationship, I use in quotations because it's not an official relationship, and I don't think it will be an official relationship, but we'll get into that. But a lot of people had opinions and, were saying what it is, what it ain't when it comes to these two lovely folks here, Stefon Diggs and Cardi B. And if you're on IG, you probably can't see the photo that's on the screen. You have to go to YouTube. Link is in the bio. But I saw a lot of people, weighing in on this relationship, if you would, situationship, whatever you want to call it, giving their 2 cents, saying what it is, what it ain't. A lot of confusion. Hold on, we can't cover up the logo. A whole lot of confusion. This fucking thing. And that don't make sense if it goes over here. A lot of confusion. So I'm like, where do I stand on this? My fault, y'all. I'm like, where do I stand on this personally? Because, I personally, I'm like, I feel like this is something that I know, because I feel like this is something that I'm always in, which is true. And I dug deeper, and we'll get into that. But like I said, on Twitter, formerly known as Twitter, on X, a lot of people had confusion. A lot of people were like, oh, she's a hoe because of this. And a lot of people were calling Stefon a hoe, it was a lot of hoes being tossed around between all three parties, Stefon, Cardi, and Offset. A lot of people were calling one of the three, if not two of the three, worst case, all three of the three hoes. I actually saw a picture that kind of summed this up on how a lot of people were thinking, how a lot of men were thinking. This right here. Dude said, Stefon Diggs lame as hell. Dude prancing around with a hoe. And then someone quoted it and said, she was with one man for the last 8 years. How was she a hoe? And you know what? I agree with that part that the dude said. Now, did she used to be a hoe? Yeah, she's even admitted it. She used to be in the streets. A hoe can break down to many things. Let me say that first and foremost, because y'all know Day love the hoes. That's no secret. Day love the hoes. But a hoe can break down to many things. A hoe can be a chick that's hella promiscuous, has no respect for her body, that's in the streets. But typically a hoe is a chick that, uses what she has to get what she wants at some point. So she admittedly was a hoe. She was stripping. She was in New York. She was doing her thing. She was allegedly drugging dudes, taking money for it, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, she used to be a hoe. But what did Drea, who said it? Not Drea. What's old girl name? Is it Drea? Yeah, it was Drea. That said, you can delete your wholeness, whatever you. Listen, I think something embedded in your DNA is embedded in your DNA. But I think you can temporarily suspend your whole license. And that's what she did. When she got with Offset, she did the whole marriage thing. She did the whole kids thing. And from what we know, Offset was doing this thing. From what we know, Cardi wasn't. From what we know, right? And see, that's the difference. If you are going to be on some whole shit as a mother, as a wife, you got to keep that shit under wraps. You can't be out in the open with it. Because I know some married hoes with children, and they keep it classy. They're not going to let that shit spew out around the kids or on social media and all that. Nah, you would never know. I know because I know them because I love the hoes, but that's neither here nor there. But anyway, so where do I stand first and foremost as far as this whole she's a hoe situation? No, I don't think she's a hoe. She tried to do the whole marriage and kids thing over the past, what has it been, 8 years? That's a long ass time. She's got, 3 kids out of it from dude? And he was doing his thing on the side, but openly doing it. And she even admitted, she stepped out because she took him back. We know he took him back. But dude kept, doing it with chicks that weren't on her level. And that's the thing. Say this is hypothetical. If I'm in a relationship, committed relationship, married, whatever, I wouldn't step out if I do get married. If I'm in a committed relationship and I mess around on my girl, shorty that I mess around with gotta be at least at my girl's level. At the very least, neck and neck with my girl. You can't decline when you stepping out, because that's what happened to Offset. The girls came back around and was throwing it in Cardi's face. But anyway, there's a lot of this. So let me say this about the dude Keezy. Stefan, lame as hell, dude prancing around with a hoe. I'm willing to bet all the money in my bank account that if this dude Keezy was able to, he would step out with Cardi B. I for sure would step out with Cardi B. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet to be doing that, to be stepping out with her. I might luck up and, you know what I'm saying, be the side dude Sunday with something like that and get spoiled. You know what I mean? Be on some escort male gigolo shit, but to step out with something like that, I'm not there yet. Neither is this dude Keezy. Now, I did research, looked at Keezy's profile. Like, here's what we got to do. We got to, and this is what social media has done as far as the male's perspective. We know what it's done for women as far as it's kind of made, how can you say? As far as women, it's made prostitution cool, being a hoe cool, you know what I'm saying, doing nothing but wanting everything from a dude cool. We know it's done that. But from a male's perspective, I'm going to tell you what social media has done. It has given an outlet for dudes that have no play, no game, get no type of biddies to talk about a chick that they couldn't get on their best days. Calling her a hoe, saying she this and that. But you can't get her. The dude Keezy right here that left the comment, I'm willing to bet all the money. He couldn't mess with my worst hoes on his best day. But yet he's saying Stefan Diggs is lame for messing out with Cardi B. This is what we're dealing with as far as social media. This is what we're dealing with. Okay, so we're having a little. All right, so on IG, can y'all see me and hear me clearly on IG? Having a little. All right, we'll get back to it. I can't bring the comments over from IG. It's kind of blowing me, honestly. But anyway, matter of fact, let's do this. Let's do this. Hold up, y'all. Give me 1 second, because this is supposed to be. I'm supposed to be able to see my IG comments, but I can't, and I don't know why. So we're gonna have to move this over here. Okay. Thank you for that, V. So typically I can bring my IG comments up on the screen, but I can't, and I don't know why. All right, but we'll just have to work with what we got. But anyway, this is what we're dealing with. We got dudes, like I said, the dude that left this comment that said, what'd he say? Stefan Diggs, lame as hell, dude prancing around with a hoe. He couldn't mess with my absolute worst hoe on his best day, but he clowning Cardi. This is what we're dealing with. This is social media. This is social media. It's crazy out here. But anyway, we'll get back to that. So I'm like, you know what? I've been looking at clips and pictures and videos of this so-called relationship between these two. And I'm like, I know exactly what this is, because I'm like, this is me. I'm trying to change my ways. I mean, it's not bad. It's nothing bad. I just don't really I've only been in technically one relationship my whole life. So I'm like, I understand what's going on right here. Because there was a clip going around of Stefan when he was with the Vikings. They was asking his teammates, what dude would you least want to be with your sister? They all said Stefan Diggs. And then this comes around. You never see him with a chick. You always see him with multiple women. It was a alleged story that on Valentine's Day he had 2 women booked in the same hotel on the same room or same floor, different rooms, and he was going back and forth. I'm like, see, I get it. I would do that. And then I look at this situation between these two, between Stefan and Cardi. I'm like, I know what's going on. I get it. I'm like, but why do I feel like I understand what's going on so much? So then I did some research. I'm like, let me do it. I know of Stefan Diggs because he's from Maryland. I'm from Maryland. I think he's like a year or two older than me. He was a high school football sensation. Everybody knew about him. He was like All-American. He was really like that in high school when it came to football. So like everybody knew who he was. I knew of him. But when it came to this, I said, let me do some research. So I pulled him up on Google. And what I came up with didn't surprise me not one bit. For those who don't know, I am a November Sagittarius. There's a difference between a November Sag and a December Sag. November Sagittarius, we only have about 4 or 5 days to do such. And then before that, it's Scorpio. So November Sagittarius, we have a little bit of Scorpio in us, right? Rel, what's good? We have a little bit of Scorpio in us. So I'm doing research on Stefan Diggs. I'm actually pissed I can't pull up my YouTube comments. I mean, my IG comments. I don't want to restart this joint because y'all are tuning in. Oh, well, we'll just go no comments for today. So I'm like, V, what's that thumbs down for? Talk to me. What's the thumbs down for? We'll get back to that. So I'm looking, I'm like, he from Maryland, leave him alone. Listen, hear me out. I'm not bashing him. This is what I was saying. I'm looking at their situation. I'm like, let me do some research because I feel like this is a situation that I've been in 100 times. I'm all first team all pro when it comes to situations like this, where it's not a relationship, but y'all having fun, y'all knocking boots, good sex, y'all fucking all that shit. Oh, she's saying thumbs down with Sag. We cool, man. We be chilling. So I do some research. I type in Stefan Diggs, and you know what I found to no surprise? He was born November 29th. You know who else was born November 29th? Yours truly. And it just hit me. I'm like, this makes all the sense in the world. He was born November 29th, 1993. I was born November 29th, 1994. I said, this makes all the sense in the world. Because I can literally put myself in his shoes and tell you exactly what's going on between these two. I'm about to eliminate all discrepancies. On Twitter, people talk about, oh, he's a hoe, she's a hoe, they together, they not together, he's using her, she uses him. I'm about to tell y'all exactly what it is. This is a person that's born November 29th in Maryland. You're listening to someone who was born November 29th in Maryland. 1 or 2 years separate us. So I can tell you exactly what's going on coming from a November Sagittarius who's been in 100 situationships, if you want to call that, who also has my bad, I thought my computer quit on me, who also has a liking towards Latino women, specifically from New York, specifically from the Bronx. This is literally, I'm putting myself in the shoes and telling y'all exactly what's going on. So that's the backstory behind this. This is easy as hell for me to dissect. This is nothing because this is literally me. I've technically been in one relationship my whole life. Other than that, I've been a bachelor for 28 years of my 30 years of living. Stefan Diggs is known for doing that. We don't know of him like actually publicly having a joint. We know for him for being a bachelor. So I'm able to break this down to the T. I just wanted to say that. You're talking to someone who was born the same day as this person in the same state and has a liking to Latino women, especially from New York. So I know exactly what's going on. Okay, we got that out the way. Now, let's go ahead and break this down. The whole thing with Stefan Diggs and Cardi B is this. It is very simple. No, they're not in a relationship. And if you ask me, I'm willing to bet that they will never be in a committed relationship. I just don't see it happening. Again, I'm putting myself in the shoes right here. Here's how this happened. We know that Offset was stepping out on her and all that stuff. She finally got fed up. She left him. Divorce, all that shit, pregnant, all that shit, cool. Stefan slid in with the swiftness. Not even to be a dog. Just to be like, yo, Cardi look like a vibe. November Sagittarius, we're a vibe. We're a fucking vibe. Like, I could be a male escort and make bread just going on dates with chicks all day because I'm a fucking vibe. So he slid in with the swiftness, just seeing what's up with her. And she was like, you know what? This a handsome dude. He got a good personality. Let's just be friends. Boom. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's all it takes. That's all we need. We just need that pinch of hope to be friends. And that's how it started. Matter of fact, I ain't even gotta. She actually recorded like pretty much how this whole situation transpired. So let's start with that. Then we'll get back to the breakdown of it.
I'm with the person that I am with now because sometimes, I don't know, like I just feel like God would tell me to give him a chance, which is so weird. But like, y'all be like, oh God, girl, you're being dramatic. But it's so weird. There was times that I used to be like,
Can y'all hear that? Give me a thumbs up. Let me know y'all can hear that.
chance.
The audio
Which is so
playing.
weird. But like, y'all be like, oh God, girl, you're being dramatic. But it's so weird. There was times that I used to be like depressed and I was like sad and like my mind just kept going in circles and circles and circles. And for some reason, when I had those weird episodes, that's when That's when a motherfucker will like hit me up or text me out of the mood, checking on me and stuff like that.
She talking about Stefan when she said a motherfucker would. She talking about Diggs.
And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should just give it a chance. You know what I'm saying? And before I popped out, before I even give any clue who I was talking to or anything, I built a friendship. I built a friendship. I got to know the person. They get to know me. And we still getting to know each other, but most importantly, I feel very young. I feel very refreshed. For a very long time, I felt like I was a 45-year-old just that didn't know nothing. And I think that people just don't understand because I don't really be I be putting my business out there, but I don't think that people understand like just things that I like literally like went through. Because everybody just be like, "Oh, you left somebody because they were cheating on you," and blah, blah, blah. It's just more than the cheating. It's just like I don't know, just like the constant lies, the gaslighting.
All right, yeah. She kind of rapping. All right. The key thing that I heard from this was she feels, what she say? She feels refreshed. She feels young. She's having fun. But like I said, before we get to that, Stefan, he slid with the swiftness. She was single. He ain't do no wrong. How's it crazy work, Markel? Holla at me. Break it down for me. I don't think he did no wrong. She stepped out on dude, and Stefan came in there. But here's the thing. Stefan known for having hella biddies, right? But the thing is, the thing I'm willing to bet that he did, which is a separating factor between him and Offset, was he kept it a buck. He kept it a buck. You think she don't know how he move and vice versa? He kept it a buck. He kept it a buck, and he did two things key. He kept it a buck, and he took advantage of that window. What is that window that you may ask? That window of opportunity, which is a very small window when it comes to sliding in with the swiftness with a chick. We know that window don't last long. It never lasts long. You got to take advantage of that window. You never, and the window can be spontaneous. We don't know for sure when that window is going to be open. We don't know when the window closes. And it's a very short-lived window, but he took advantage of the window. He got in there. Boom. He got his foot in the window. That's key, first and foremost. But when he did that, he kept it a buck with her. So that allowed her to be open with him. He kept it a buck. He kept it a buck. I always say you can't go wrong if you keep it a buck with a chick. Like I've made a video and said I've fumbled a lot of good chicks. I've lost a lot of good chicks. I've lost a lot of good situations. I've fumbled a lot of bags. But majority of those bags that I fumbled, if you would say, is because I kept it a buck. So we've walked away gracefully. I don't have beef with no joint I used to. No, I don't have beef with no joint I used to mess with. None. Because I always keep it a buck. I lied one time in like 10th grade and I never did that shit again. I always kept it a buck. So he kept it a buck with her. I don't think Offset did that. And that's a problem right there. All right, before we do that, let's get to these comments. Offset is a Sag too, I believe. You know what? I think he is. And that's that's actually a mess that I think about it. Two Sagittarius and a Latina, that's a mess. If a dude got to pick with your baby daddy, it got to be some kind of boundary. Oh, you talking about they pick they took at the Day? What's good, bro? All right, so you're saying a pick with your baby daddy. Well, who's to say they're friends? So pretty much, Day, what we're doing is I'm breaking down the Cardi, and because there's a lot of discrepancy and confusion on Twitter about what is and what isn't as far as Cardi B and Stefan Diggs. I'm breaking it down because I did some research and saw that I was born the same day as Stefan Diggs in Maryland, and I have a liking towards Latino women, especially from New York. So I know exactly what this is. So I'm just breaking it down. But okay, you're referring to the picture between Offset and Stefan Diggs. I saw that. They were at a fashion event. I don't think they're friends. I highly doubt this would be happening if they were friends. They may know of each other. I mean, the entertainment world and celebrity world is a small world. I'm sure they know of each other, but I mean, if you take a pic next to somebody at a fashion joint, it's because y'all two got on good fashion shit. You just happen to get a pic of y'all. I don't think there's nothing more to it as far as that pic. I don't think they're friends. Like, you don't see any pictures outside of that of them two. They took pictures standing next to each other. It's a small world. It's a good chance that, like, if you mess with a chick, you may have crossed paths with her ex at some point. That's just what it is. So I personally don't really think anything of the picture they took together. That's all it is, fun. But I think her messing with him, bringing her back to her past. It doesn't look good. Literally, people forgot she had that type of background. She got so many choices. Now, okay, I'm glad you said that, V. Now, here's the whole thing with this. And this is why I said I don't think they're not going to be in a committed relationship. I'm willing to bet a lot of money it's not going to be that. Yeah, they went public and all that, but that doesn't mean nothing. Because like I said, all this is they having fun. He's bringing her life. He's bringing her back to life. She probably felt like a divorced old woman after what she just went through. And she sees a spark of life through my mans. And he's bringing her that. Now, at the same time, us November Sages, we're charming. So, I mean, that's inevitable. We can't not be charming if we messing with a chick. So, the charm is rubbing off on her. So she likes him. Now, here's the thing, what I would say to Cardi. If she's smart, she would not go too deep in that water of feelings, because that's when it gets fucked up. Like you can put your feet in it. You can kick your toes. You can kick your feet in the shallow end, but she can't go. If she goes past 5 feet, she's done. She's done. Why do I know this? Because this happens. I've been through this 100 times. Here's how it goes. Boom. I'm just telling you how this is what I go through, and I'm pretty sure this is what's happening right here. This is how it goes. Meet a chick. Cool. Y'all vibing. Cool. Y'all become close. Cool. But here, y'all become friends. But here's the thing. I'll tell her, listen, I'm not looking for nothing serious right now. So if that's a problem with you, if you're looking to get married by the next person you meet, I'll gracefully bow out. But if you're trying to be cool and we kick it, then let's do that. But I'm telling you right now, I'm not looking for a committed relationship. We could just be cool. And she's like, okay, bet. I like you too. Let's do that. Let's be cool, see where it goes. Bet. So we cooling. That's all it is. We cooling. Vibing, going on dates, great energy towards one another, knocking boots crazy. I know Cardi a freak. And I mean, I can't speak on another man's swag game, but, I don't even speak on my own, so I'm not going to say too much, but knocking boots and it's good. You know what I mean? Stepping out in public and y'all look good together. Like this is a good looking couple, or not couple. I want to say that, with an asterisk, but these are two good looking people right here. So you step out, you know what I mean? Like you turn heads from men and women. It's vibes, it's good and all that. Now, remember what I said in the beginning, though. And I know some people may think it's manipulative, it's fucked up on my end, but I keeps it a buck, and I don't do too much. Like we're not going to be on the phone all day, every day. I'm not going to tell you I love you. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to meet your parents. None of that shit. Like it's, you know what I'm saying? It's where it is. So all that happens. Now, like I said, that's what I'm known for. Like I'm all pro when it comes to that shit. Now, how do those situations end is usually one of two ways. Like I said, the sex is good. And for the most part, a woman will equate good sex with we together. So she'll bring up the conversation we had earlier about not wanting them serious. She's like, yeah, I understand. I'm kind of on that same type of time. Not looking for them serious too. A couple months go past. Y'all chilling, knocking boots, vibing. So, yeah, I kind of want something serious now. This is her. So yeah, I want to be together now. I want to be together now. And you're like, but we talk, we, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, that's cool, but I want to be together now. That's one. Or two is she'll know. She'll be like, okay, I've kind of been creeping in the deep end. I was this close to going into 5 feet of deeper waters, but I know what it is. I know what you stand on. I'm going to gracefully bow out, but we can still be cool, but we can't link and hang out because then we'll end up vibing and fucking. And I'm like, you know what? I respect that. I'm not going to lie to her. I'm not going to try to reel her back in. When a chick does that with me, I respect it to the fullest because I have to, as someone that goes into a situation saying, okay, I don't want to be nothing serious, I have to know that at some point she's going to want to protect herself, and I have to respect that and let that happen. Now, I'm willing to bet that that's how this is going to go one of those two ways at some point. Again, I'm just putting myself in these shoes because this is literally me. Like I'm literally, as someone who's born on this day, I can tell you exactly what, but those are good ways to go out. I don't think he's the type to lie to try to keep her around because she just came from that. I don't think she would go from that to that. You know what I'm saying? With Offset. Like that's actually how you get in better. Like if you keep it a buck with a chick who just got out of a situation and she just looking to have a good time. If you just keep it a buck with her and like, listen, I'm not trying to go straight into that because I know you just got out of that. Let's just have a good time. Let me bring some life back to your life. Then she'll respect that. But if you go into it like, oh man, like, yeah, I'm trying to wife you up quick. I've never found that to be successful because I've never tried that shit. I've done the other way, and the other way has always worked for me. So I can't speak for those who go that other approach as far as saying they want to wife you up quick or even lie to you just to keep you around. I can't speak for that. I'm just speaking for me. So I think that's one of the two ways that this is going to go. They seem like they vibe together. So I think, she may just be like, listen, I know you ain't looking for nothing serious. She probably know he got hoes. Listen, I know she's not the only. Come on now. You know what I mean? Come on now. She's not the only. You know what I mean? But he probably keeps it a buck with her when it comes to that. You can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong. And he knows it. He's no rookie. He knows what time it is. You can't go wrong if you keep it a buck in a situation like that. So he's winning based off of being however he is, being the ladies' man, but keeping it a buck about it. Plus, we all know bitches get you bitches. We know that. Pardon my French. All right, let's get to these comments right quick. Women love who they want to love. They don't want nothing serious till the dick bomb. Yep, pretty much. What I just said, yep. Women only mess with dudes who got a lot of money. I'm trying to see what the topic is. Diggs from Maryland. We gonna always have some joints around. That's what I literally said that. I'm looking him up to do research. I'm like, bro, we were born on the same day and he's from Maryland. I know exactly what type time he on. This is too easy. Too easy. That's exactly what it is. Always. Unless we in a committed relationship and saying we ain't, then that's another story. But if we messing with a joint, we keeping it a buck saying, listen, I'm not the serious type, then take that as we gonna have some joints around. Come on now. Now, we may not be hitting them other joints. Like, that's a whole nother story if you hitting multiple joints at the same time. All right, here's the thing. It's a little different because Stefan, he has women chasing him 24/7. He has a lot of money. I don't know. But I'm going to speak for me in this situation because I actually recently kind of got out of a situation like this about some months back. If I'm with a chick and we just chilling, we're not in a relationship, we're not in a committed relationship, but we having a good time, we hanging out, we vibing with each other, we having good sex, you know what I'm saying? We stepping out, all that shit. I won't really need to knock anything else down. Especially if she matched my freakiness, I don't need to knock nothing down. Now, will I entertain other joints? Of course, I got to stay sharp. It's like working out. If you don't work out, you lose your muscles. You know what I'm saying? You gotta work out your mouthpiece on biddies. You know what I'm saying? You gotta work out your mojo. You gotta work out your game. Make sure that you can pull it if you want to with no problem. That ain't going nowhere. You gotta always do that. But I mean, I personally don't need to crack multiple joints if it's fire. Now, have I done that? Yes. Sometimes I'm just a man. What girls say I'm just a girl? Sometimes I'm just a man. I mean, if it's thrown at me, if it's pretty much sat in my lap, I mean, what am I to do? Now, I ain't gonna hit multiple joints raw. That's fucked up. But if I yada mean, then I yada mean. But yeah, I'm not gonna if I'm not in a committed relationship, I'm not gonna only talk to, entertain, and be around one chick. I can even go on a date with another chick. I just gotta make sure I'm sharp with a different personality than the joint that I'm chilling with. Like, if I'm chilling with you, cool. I'm messing with you, cool. I'm only smashing you. But I'll go on a date with another chick just to make sure I'm good with all different types. Gotta stay sharp. So that's all it is. He said, I gotta stay sharp. Yeah, man, it's too many energy to be telling every girl the same thing. Yeah, nah. You can't, that's what I'm saying. You gotta be able to mess with, or I mean, when I say mess with, talk to, interact with, date different joints. You got to. Cause you gotta be able to make sure you able to be diverse. You know what I mean? Because if you just get used to that same joint, that's not, mind you, not even your girlfriend. If you got to call in 202-599-6992, if you got to get used, if you only used to that one joint, then you get stale. You get stale. You got to stay sharp, man. That's how you get stale. So that's all it is. That's all it is that's going on between these two. And if you ask me, it's going to end one of those two ways. Either at one point, she's going to be like, listen, I want a relationship, but I don't know. Because I think Cardi's a sharp chick. I think she kind of knows what's going on, and I think it's too soon from what she just got out of. She likes Stefan a lot. You could tell she really likes dude. I mean, that's how it is, man. You know what I'm saying? We got that charm. She really likes dude, and you can tell. But I think she's aware enough to not fall in love. Once she does that, she's fucked. Because I'm willing to bet he's not going to be in a committed relationship with her. So yeah, it's going to end one of two ways. Either she's going to fall in love with him and say, I want you. And he's going to be like, you're kind of messing it up. Let me bow out gracefully, respectfully. Or she's going to stop herself before it even gets to that point and be like, listen, yeah, I know me. I know my feelings. I know my emotions. Let me not even get too deep in the water. Let's just go ahead and back off now, but still be cool. But once you still be cool, you got to still be cool. Now, don't say let's, because this happens too, where a chick will be like, listen, I like you, but I know you ain't trying to be in a relationship, so let's just be friends. And I'll be like, okay, bet. Couple weeks later, trying to come through to knock boots for a booty call. And then, and fellas, they be setting us up with that shit because we think it's sweet. We think, oh, bet, she just want to fuck and that's it. And then we going back to just being friends. Nope. She's going to try to creep right back in the door where she was. She's going to try. So if you're going to be friends, you got to really be friends. Plutonic. Or is it not plutonic? Where you smashing? Y'all know what I mean. Shit. One of them words. Shit. Because if not. Congrats. Wait. Got the draws. If not, then you got the draws. Once you get the draws, it's a wrap. Cardi gonna get jealous. That happens too. That happens too. That happens too. Where you dealing with a chick, y'all just kicking it. And yeah. Like if she knows you with other joints, she'll get a little jealous. And here's a lesson I learned when it comes to that. If you just cooling with a chick, you know she likes you, but y'all just cooling. Y'all not serious. We're talking about a Cardi, Stefan Diggs type situation. I don't know why I did this. Don't talk about shit you did for your previous situations, especially one that you may not do with her. Replay that. That was so unexpected. Got the draws? Got the draws! It cuts off at the end. I don't like that, but funny story. This is my favorite. I actually have a shirt that says GTD. I'm gonna wear it one stream, but I have a shirt that says GTD and it's in the Martin design. But that's my favorite. It's so many classic moments from Martin. It's the greatest show ever. But that's like my favorite like part of Martin of all time. He was like, GTD. What does that stand for, Tommy? Oh, got the drum. He said, Your Honor, he's not speaking up. What does GTD mean? Got the drum. That is my shit. But yeah, that's all it is. That's all this relationship is. They're enjoying each other's every episode, V. Every episode. They're enjoying each other's company. That's all it is. They're enjoying each other's company. They're vibing together. They're good friends. They have good sex. They're actually a good looking pair. So they step out, they turn heads. So that's all it is. That's all it is. Now I'm curious to see how it's going to end. But like I said, I'm willing to bet a lot of money that it's going to end one of those two ways. A lot of money. Because literally every situation that I've been in, which has been similar to this, has ended one of those two ways. No, I lied. One of them ended in me getting in a relationship with her. I bent my rules one time. I did. I ain't gonna hold you. I bent my rules one time. I'll probably do it again. I think that's how I think I'm gonna get into another relationship like that again. But if you ask me on some real shit, I think that's the best way to get into a relationship. Y'all start off as friends. Y'all vibing with each other. Y'all knocking boots and it's good. You know what I mean? And then you like at some point you'll probably just be like, I mean, why not? You know what I'm saying? Everything is there. Why not? That might happen to me again. Who knows? I can't see into the future. Who knows? I don't know. But so yeah, that's pretty much a breakdown of these two. All right. So let's start there. That's a breakdown of these two. Now, the second part of the show is this. Let me go ahead and line this up. Now, here's the second part of the show. We're going to talk about situationships versus relationships. Because like I said, this is pretty much based off of a situationship, if you would. And a situationship can go either ways. It doesn't have to be negative. It could just be everything besides a relationship. Like I said, I've been in a million of these where we hang out, we vibe together, we're good friends, we knock boots, we step out, but we're not technically in a committed relationship. And honestly, I think that's because it provides some a feeling of freedom. And as a Sagittarius, we love our freedom. Hove said it best. Jay-Z's a Sag. He said, ladies, I love y'all, but I love my freedom more. That's to the core. Absolutely. I love women. I fucking love, bro. I was just saying this today. I forgot who I was talking to. I love beautiful ass women. And when I say beautiful, I mean outside in. Because if you ugly on the inside, you can look good as hell. You a bird. You ugly as hell. You a booger. If you attractive on the outside but ugly on the inside, you a booger. I'm talking about beautiful ass women. That shit gives me life. That's why I like being a bachelor. You know what I mean? Like, cause I just like, I don't know. Like, it's not even on no selfish shit. Not saying I want to fuck every chick, but I'm just saying like, beautiful ass women give me life. So I like to be around them. Like, even if we just friends and we not smashing, like I have a couple homegirls, just a couple, probably like 2 homegirls that like, I don't, maybe like 3, that I don't smash. But like they good ass people. Like even on that surface, like that shit gives me life. Just being around bomb ass women, that shit gives me life. Like for real. But then on the other hand, I love hoes too. They love the hoes. But anyway, Guns, what up? Let's talk about situationships versus relationships. Now, my question when it comes to I have a few questions when it comes to situationships versus relationships. Now, for this, I would like for somebody to call in 202-599-6992. I gave my whole spiel, pretty much said my whole situationship history, all that shit, how I move about it. Always keep it a buck. Go Birds, baby. You already know. Do I got anything Eagles? Oh, you can't see it on that. All I got is my Eagles joint. You can't see it on IG because it's close up. But yeah, I want someone to call in. I got some questions regarding situationships versus relationships. But in the meantime, I'm going to ask y'all and I want y'all to answer in the comments. Okay. So situationship can mean you're just chilling. It doesn't have to mean it's toxic, whatever. It can mean anything. It's anything outside of a committed relationship. Then you got a committed relationship. All right. Let me ask y'all. First and foremost, which one... Yo, thanks for tuning in today at night. Who is this and where you calling in from?
Yo, what's happening? Yo, it's Markel, dog. I'm calling from Philly, bro.
Markel in the fucking building.
Feel me?
My brother.
What's happening, bro? Hey, yo, I love the fact that you brought up situationships and relationships, bro, because that shit really made me think, bro. I've been in a whole lot of situationships, bro.
Yeah. And
not so many goddamn relationships, bro. But even like nigga to the point where like that shit felt like we was living together, bro.
What, the relationship or situationship?
Situationships, bro.
Oh no, not good, see. That's damn near a relationship, brother. If you living with your situationship, that's a relationship.
Nah, not living, bro. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's 7 days in a week. You might spend 4 over there, bro.
I see what you're saying.
Or sometimes 3.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Like nigga, you got clothes over there. You can just go over there after work if you want to.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. And see, let me ask you this, because
you ain't gotta care nothing. You ain't gotta care nothing, but the door open.
Let me ask you this, because you know about my situationship that was similar to that I kind of got out of. Let me ask you about yours that you're referring to. Did it end pretty? Did it end on a good note or not?
I could say yeah, bro. Like a majority of my situationships ended on a decent term, yo.
Same.
Definitely.
Why do you think that was?
Because it's not that you're not all the way in it, but it don't go all the way there, bro. So it don't go far enough for a permanent scar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Plus, like I
It
said,
don't go, for me mentally, because, you know, my mental be going a different place. I can separate things, you know what I'm saying, and not take things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Plus, like I said, the keeping it a buck part. I mean, when it comes to that, if you really standing on the I'm not going to be with you on that degree, then you can't go wrong. Even if she is upset at first, at some point she'll come around to her senses and be like, you know what, I gotta respect it. That's why I've never like at the very start of the end, she may have been a little salty, whatever. But if you kept it a buck, she can't be mad at that. Now, if you lied, then that's another story.
Bro, that shit is amazing when you keep it at a buck, bro. You ain't gotta remember nothing. You ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying? It be this, bro. It be what it is, bro.
You ain't gotta remember nothing. It's funny. Real shit. Okay, so let me ask you.
Dude, I'm gonna keep it G with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just like Mr. Raw Dog himself, bro. Like, it was a crazy life, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You talking about
a crazy life, bro.
You talking about Raw Dog that we know? You talking about our mans?
I'm talking about the one and only, my boy. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I know he's gonna see this.
Yeah. Oh,
you know what I mean? He's gonna see this, bro.
He keeps.
You know what I mean?
He keeps it.
Hey, listen. I'm done living that life, bro. I'm done. I'm done, bro.
Yeah.
Done, dog.
What does that mean? You're done. What does that mean exactly? So what type of life are you going for?
Man, I'm going for what's going for me, bro.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Kels, I know you locked in. Call me. Someone else is calling. Call me right back in 5 minutes, all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to you day by day. Appreciate you, dog.
My dog. Thanks for vibing with Day at Night. Who is this and where are you calling from? And do me a favor and turn down whatever that is in the background, please.
So,
who's this?
my name is Adrian.
Adrian, you gotta turn down the background, Adrian. You gotta turn. What is that? The phone or the TV? You gotta turn it down. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Adrian, how old are you?
8.
You're 8?
Yep.
All right, man. Let's talk. Do you got something for me, or do you want me to ask you a question?
You ask me a question.
All right, Adrian. What grade are you in?
3rd.
3rd grade. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So let me ask you. Last Valentine's Day, which is when is Valentine's Day? February. So last Valentine's Day, did you hand out a special Valentine to a girl in your class?
No.
No?
No.
Have you ever done that?
Yes.
When was this? 2nd grade?
Yeah.
What did you give her?
I gave her flowers and like chocolate.
Flowers and chocolate in 2nd grade. Hey, listen, I gotta give you a round of applause for that. That's sharp. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Flowers and chocolate in 2nd grade. That's good stuff. I wasn't on that type of game till 5th grade. So was this a crush of you? Was this a crush of yours?
Oh yeah.
Okay. How did it go? Did she give you anything back? Did she say she likes you? How did it go?
She gave me the next day. She gave me flowers and she kissed me on the cheek.
Sensational. You cold-blooded, Adrian. I bet you got it from
Bomb Day.
So, Adrian, do you have any? Well, first off, is this girl is she still your crush now?
No, because I moved to a new school, so I still miss her, but I still miss her.
Well, let me tell you something right now. Let me give you a valuable lesson. You can miss her, you can think about her, but don't give too much energy towards that. There's plenty. When I say plenty more fish in the sea, and please, you're in elementary school. You still got middle school and high school and college to go through. Oh man, you're gonna forget about her by next month. Plenty of fish in the sea. Do you have any new crushes? You have a crush now at your new school?
Yeah.
Hey, All right. Does she know that you have a crush on her?
No.
No? All right. All right. Well, I mean, the school year is about to end, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, well, you can do one of two things. You can slow play it and wait till next school year or the summertime, or you got about a week or two left of school. You can kind of just shoot your shot. What do you
I
have?
got 2 weeks left.
You have 2 weeks left. Do you plan on doing
Yeah.
anything or saying anything to your crush in these next 2 weeks?
No.
Why not?
Because, like, if I shoot my shot, I don't want to, like, get, because I already did it.
And she turned you down? She said no?
She said, you're ugly.
She said you're ugly?
Yeah.
She's a bird. You should thank her. She exposed herself. Yeah, Kakal. She exposed herself. She made it easy for you. That's sweat off your back. First and foremost, she's not your crush anymore if she said that to you. Never try to like get with a girl that doesn't want you. That never ends well, Adrian.
Mm-hmm.
Are you hearing what I'm telling you?
Yep.
If a girl doesn't want you or she's not interested, don't take that as like a sign of her trying to play hard to get and you got to apply pressure. No, move on. Do not be one of those, when you get older and starting now, do not be a boy transitioning into a man that tries to get with a chick that has no interest in him. It never ends well. Do you know who Travis Hunter is?
No.
Well, after this, just do research on that because his girlfriend didn't want him at first, and now it's a whole debacle. But she made it easy for you, so now you know that she's a bird. She doesn't want you. Cool. Now you can go to your next crush. But you have the whole summer. Listen, it's ready to be a hot boy summer. You have the summer to enjoy yourself, have fun on the playgrounds or your tablet. What do kids do nowadays, Adrian? Talk to me. You're 8 years old. You were in the third grade. You're going.
Well, I had a girlfriend in second grade, but I had a crush on someone else.
Good. You just
like when we broke up, I had a crush on someone else.
Good. That's how you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get out in the field, and you know, just get out. You know, just get out there, do your thing. Don't have a girlfriend in middle school. I mean, they're not real in middle school anyway. I mean, I had like 4 girlfriends in middle school. None of them are real. I can't even remember 3 of their names. High school, that's a different story. I know you have a long time to go, and I know your parents are going to talk to you about this, but you're calling in a day and night, so I'm assuming that you want some news that you can use, so I'm going to give it to you. High school relationships, I think, especially if you plan on going to college, kind of pointless. You know, you're supposed to get out, do your thing, but you're ahead of the curve. I mean, you were giving girls flowers and chocolates and getting kisses on the cheeks in second grade. Please, you're ahead of the curve. You know what you're doing. You know, you know what you're doing. You're in good hands. You're in good hands. So I'll leave you with this, man. Enjoy this summer. What do you have planned for the summer? Did we lose you?
We're going to be playing football.
Playing football? So you play football?
Yeah.
That's what's up. What position?
My second year.
Your second year. Is it?
I'm playing wide. Last year I was playing wide. I was playing defense on line. This year I'm playing wide receiver.
Good for you. Is it flag football or tackle?
Tackle.
Tackle. Good for you, Adrian. Focus on that. Focus on, and you're starting now. I didn't play football till like middle school. You're in the third grade. You play tackle football. Are you good? Are you nice? Don't lie.
Yeah.
All right. You're nice. You're nice at football. Do your thing. If you focus all of your energy towards football, make football like 80% of your focus, 15% to your social group, meaning your friends, like your buddies, 5% to girls. Carry that throughout high school and you'll be set. Where do you live at?
Shout out to Day for giving some of the best advice ever to a young bull ever. We out in Lansdale. 215 guns. That was my son Adrian.
He'll be playing at Penn State no time. No time.
You know the vibes, bro. D1.
Yeah. Yeah, Guns.
D1.
Hey, I appreciate you, bro. And tell Adrian I appreciate him. Shout out to him. That was yeah, man. I appreciate that. You know, I don't really get to
Hey, bro,
talk
you
to the youth
tuned in
much.
tonight? Yeah, bro, that's good. Good advice, too, bro. I'll be trying to tell him he don't want to listen to me. He loves hearing it from someone else.
You know how that go, man.
For real, though. But, hey, bro, keep doing your thing, bro.
Appreciate it, man. I'm going to holler at you.
All right, one.
All right. Shout out to Adrian, man. Matter of fact, we're going to give him a round of applause. My man in the 2nd grade, doing big things. I got to give my man a round of applause, man. That was really good. Come on, man. YouTube commercials. I'll be damned. Do y'all pay for YouTube Premium to skip commercials? I think that is crazy. But anyway, I gotta give this round of applause to my dog Adrian that just called in, man. Good stuff, my boy. Good stuff. In 2nd grade, 3rd grade, handing out flowers and chocolates, getting kisses, playing football, tackle football at that. A girl told him she wasn't interested. He moved on. He's way ahead of the curve. His pops got him right. Shout out to Guns. His pops got him right. Way ahead of the curve. Way ahead of the curve. I'm actually proud. I feel like a proud godfather right now. Like, I'm actually proud for Adrian. I'm very much so looking forward to what his future beholds. But anyway, what were we talking about this? Before this, we were talking about situationships versus relationships. Between situationships and relationships, which one tends to last longer? Boom. That's one of the 2 money questions. The other money question we'll get to. The first one is, between situationships and relationships, which one tends to last longer? Now, for me personally, situationships 100. Like I said, technically, I was only in one relationship, and we were only technically in a committed relationship for maybe like a year, but we were dealing with each other in a situationship type vibe for like 2-3 years. Which is crazy. Okay, we got situationships across the board. Now, I want y'all to tell me why that is. Why do you think that is? Why do you think that is? That they tend to last longer, the situationships? First off, let me make sure no one's leaving a comment on YouTube, because for some reason, all right, we're good on YouTube. Yeah, I'm actually upset that the comments aren't popping up on the screen. And honestly, you know what's crazy? If you want to call it a situationship, even though, like, I like, she a stripper. Wait, who's a stripper? Your situationship? You know what? That actually sounds like it could be a healthy situationship. Like, y'all have no choice but to keep it a buck with each other. What's she gonna tell you? I wasn't at work dancing. For me, like I said, I love my freedom. So I feel less under pressure when I have that certain sense of freedom that comes from situationships as opposed to relationship. And I feel like I'm able to be more open and expressive and vulnerable because I'm not under that pressure. But that's just me. I think that's a sad thing. Like, we hate commitments and shit. All my relationships dead. It's situationships still going since before that. Facts. The relationship is not about to spin the block on you. That shit done. Facts. Even though sometimes your ex will try to be your side joint. W's in the chat. Not for real. Easier to get out of. Very great point. Very great point. But I will say they are easier to get out of. Okay, yeah, they are. Because, like, I've gone through like a breakup with a relationship, and I've gone through like a breakup, if you would, or just a situationship ending. You do, like, I miss my good situationships that ended. I do. I'm not gonna lie, I do. I be missing them joints for like a cool little minute. Not miss to the point like where it's a breakup where you can't eat and sleep. Nah, I still going about my day, but I'd be like, damn, cuz we had some good ass times. That shit was fun. That ass was fat for real. That shit was like that. Used to knock that shit loose. Like, you be reminiscing, you know what I mean? But it's not like a breakup where you can't eat, you can't sleep, and all that good shit. But I do be missing my situationship joints. Absolutely. Because listen, I mean, bosses got feelings too. But yes, easier to get out of is a great point. Great point. Shaking my head. V, what up? Why you shaking your head? Listen, if I'm going to do anything, I'm going to be 100% honest. But yeah, I think the same. I think they do last longer. Now, my second question. I'm interested to see this. This is the second money question. We're talking relationship versus situationship. Which sex is better? Is sex better in a relationship or a situationship, and why? Holla at me. Got the drone. Holla at me. Which one is better and why? So why not make it official? That's the money question. Ooh. That's a great question. Let's go ahead and dissect it. Why not make it official? Because this is the question. This is it. Because like I said, y'all vibe. Y'all actually are good friends. Y'all vibe. Y'all step out together. Y'all go on dates. Y'all have good sex. So why not make it official? That is the $100 million question. I want the fellas in the comments to answer this, and I'm going to do the same. Why I don't make it official is because, like I said, it's a lot more. When you say committed relationship, it's a lot more that comes with it. When it's a situationship, you don't have to compromise as much. You really don't have to compromise shit in a situationship. In a relationship, you do. And if you got something going on to where you have very little time and energy as it is, and that little bit of time that you do have to spare, you may spend some of it with a situationship. It's good. You kind of rationalize that time. But when it's a relationship, it's way more time, energy, and money involved. I don't want to hear that you don't have to spend money on a relationship. I can't stand when people say that shit. Yes, you do. Relationships cost money. You mean to tell me you never, ever want to step out, go on a date, go out to eat? Situationship, you can go on a date once every 2 months, 3 months, every blue moon. Like, you don't, if it even is that. Some situationships are straight friends with benefits. They don't even go out. They just go to each other's crib. You got that. But if you're talking about a relationship, it's a lot more that goes with it. And some men like myself, I'm going to just be honest and say, I'm not ready to give that time, energy, and money yet. I'm working towards it. Give me some time. I'm working towards it. Give me some time. A relationship got bills. Yes. Relationships cost money. We're not going to sit and act like it don't. Man or woman, they cost money. Well, not even, no. Men, it costs money. Women, no. It costs, well, not as much. Some women don't mind. And I love that. I love a chick that don't mind. Like, if we go out, she gonna order the drinks or whatever. But it's just less to compromise. It's less pressure. It's more freedom. You know what I mean? And you kind of go into it knowing you can't trip as much on certain shit as compared to a relationship. Now, that's just all my perspective. Let's get to these comments. Let's see what we're talking about. No, I'm not doing relationship things. Relationship, like I said, I just listed everything that's, according to me, a relationship thing. Relationship things is compromising time, energy, and money. Spending money. Putting that person first as compared to other things. Kind of pushing some other stuff to the side to make room for that person. That's relationship stuff. Constantly checking in on that person. Constantly talking. That's relationship stuff, if you ask me. Hanging out, if you ask me, ain't relationship stuff, because I openly date. I openly casually date. Like, I can go on a date with a chick. I don't think we're, you know what I'm saying? And we can have a great ass time. We may not even have sex, but that don't, with or without sex, I don't see that as a relationship. Vibing with a person, I don't see those things as a relationship. Compromising that time, energy, and money, that's relationship. Having to put that person second, I don't think, Jaheim, he tripping. I don't think you should ever put a woman first. If you're a man that has something that he has, you know what I'm saying, going for in life, you should never put a woman first. But if you put a woman second, then that's relationship. All that shit is relationship. All the bigger picture things, I see those things as small picture, like going on dates, hanging out. I see those as small picture. But if we're talking big picture, it's more to it. If you ask me, just selfish. But here's the thing. But you also said having stuff at this lady house, the door always open. Me, I don't do that. That's my dog. I don't do that. See, and that's another thing. I prefer not to go to a woman's house that I'm dealing with on that level. I prefer her to come to my crib. I love my crib. I fucking love my crib. I prefer her to come to my crib. I'm not going to your crib. I'm not leaving stuff at your crib. Nah. Now, I know you're going to leave with some t-shirts and hoodies of mine. That just comes with it. You kind of got to know that's going to happen sometimes. But I'm not leaving my stuff in a woman's crib. That's me. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not one of them type of dudes. Now, if you're talking about a dude that's like at some point looking to try to move in with a chick, no, I'm not them. Like I said, I'm honest with everything from the jump. And I'm very stern on being independent. I don't want any chick, especially from a situationship, to think that I need to depend on her for anything. Money, shelter, food, nothing. If she supplies it, I will appreciate the fuck out of it. Mad love from that. But to think that I need that or have to depend on it, no. Because that's just bullets in the chamber to shoot my damn self with. I'm not doing that. Absolutely not. Well, for her to shoot me with, I'm not saying I would kill myself. Y'all know what I mean. All right, let's get to these comments. Can't be official because we know it won't work. Just being honest. If you know it won't be that, just being honest. Listen, there's certain things that come into the picture that ruin the picture. And y'all may not want to hear this, but listen, y'all tune in today at night, so obviously y'all want to hear what I think. I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. I'm not going to have no cut cards. A great case in point, and I see this so many times, and I hate it, but I don't have kids myself, so I can't say why it is. Maybe y'all can tell me. I know a lot of y'all have kids, but you see this a lot, where you'll have a relationship, and a kid comes into the picture, and all of a sudden, they split before the kid even's arrive. I want to know what it is about kids and or pregnancy that causes relationships to split. But that's another case in point. You may think, oh, just because we're in a relationship, we're going to be great parents, and you see them split. Just because they're having great sex don't mean it's going to be a great relationship. I recently kind of got out of something like that because she wanted me to, she wanted to go down that route, but I can foresee shit like that. Good sex doesn't mean good relationship. But but what I just said with the kids, that's a case in point. I see it so many times where you'll have a certain thing going on with somebody. When something else enters that picture, it ruins that picture. And I think that for some situationships, wanting to put that relationship title, that alone will ruin it. Some relationships, putting that marriage title on it, it will ruin it. Some relationships, putting that kid title or having a kid in the picture, it'll ruin it. I don't know why. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying it happens. Soon as it's official is when the mask comes off. That's a good one. I like that. I will never cuff a situationship. Yeah, I don't think I have. I never have. The only relationship I had, I went intentions into it with it coming out that. A relationship got bills. Absolutely, yes. Imagine all the situationships you got to cut off to be official. Let's get that. Not actually knowing the. All right. So let's see what Bubba and V talking about. Because I see y'all agreeing with each other. I think y'all having a good combo. Let's see. Selfish. Okay, so you see it as selfish. Respect. You can see it as selfish, but you can't say it's devious because I told the truth. That's one thing. If I'm selfish for keeping it a buck, I'll take that to the chin, but I'm not lying about nothing. That happened to me. Yeah, so Kels, holla at me. What happened and, like what caused whatever happened to happen? It was just not love. Not actually knowing the person. Lust, not loves. Some aren't in a relationship to begin with. The kid is a surprise. Yeah, and I know that, but I'm talking about relationships, Bubba. I'm talking about, and I know you see it because I see it. I have friends that have gone through this, men and women. 2 women, one that's pregnant now, and one that recently had a kid. They got they had a boyfriend, they got pregnant and split. And I'm like, yo, what is going on? Like, I'm big on manifestation, so I'm speaking that's not going to happen with me. Because like, if I have a kid, like I'm going to be with kid's mother, like unless it is a surprise. Now, that's one thing. But like, if I'm in a relationship with a chick or married to a chick and then she gets pregnant, like that's 100%, like that's intentional for it to be a foundation from the jump. So it ain't even gonna get to that point. But I'm talking about relationships, men and women. I see it, and I still have yet to understand why. I think that'll be a great topic for people to speak on. But like you'll see so many committed relationships where like they look good and happy, and the woman gets pregnant, and next thing you know, she's at the baby shower by herself and talking about how she gonna do this parent thing by herself, no sweat, and looking forward to it. And I'm like, yo, what happened? I'm not, and these aren't deadbeat dudes. These are stand up dudes that we're talking about. We was both going through it. I think postpartum hit, and neither of them know how to navigate through it, and it goes downhill from there. And see, that's a great point and great answer, because I actually have heard something like that before, like that the pregnancy, it brings out, you know, different things, if you would. So that's actually, now that I remember, that's actually a answer that I've heard a few times, the postpartum part. Okay, that's a great answer. I can see that. I can see that. But still, it baffles me. Is it baffle or baffle? It baffles me, because I see that, I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Because they really look like they was locked in. You know what I mean? And then, boom. And then boom. But yeah, man, that's very unfortunate. But to get back to the topic of discussion, situation versus relationship, things change when something is added. When a title is added, we may see a title as something that's small, but they hold a lot of weight. Thanks for chiming in today at night. Who is this and where you calling from?
Hey, how you doing? My name is Cordova, and I'm calling from Charlotte.
Cordova, what's good, bro?
Hey, man, everything different day. Is it day though? Not, but
yeah, it's day. Day with an I.
Bro, like the actual day that was a referee.
Say again.
Like you used to be a referee, basketball referee.
For youth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So boom. So I bumped back into you probably in 2023. I was a cameraman out there at the YMCA in Noto, taking photos and stuff like that. At the first time I was out there with the other youth team, just kind of taking photos and things. And you had put me on to a lot of your apparel design and things of that nature too. But I've always been following you. I've always kept up. I love your hustle. I love your grind. Of course, you're from fucking Philly.
Well, I'm from Maryland. Yeah, I'm just a huge Philadelphia Eagles fan. But Philly's like my third home. But no, I'm from Maryland.
Okay. Nah, yeah. So when you came down here, I noticed your movement. I noticed everything that you're doing, bro. And I'm just proud of you. I mean, just coming from somebody that you just seen through passing, energy's past. I see you. I love what you're doing. Keep grinding. I know even in the sense of you were saying like the podcast room be up and it's available, things like that. Those are times that I need to come through too, because I never really got a chance to express with you. I used to I do the same thing. So podcasting, I was an on-air sports broadcaster on the radio for a while. I messed with Kyle Bailey and some of those guys at Beasley Broadcast, Power 98. So
yeah, I'll be up at Beasley.
Right, yeah. So I was thinking about hopping back kind of like in that realm, but at the same time, I'm just going to build up my own audience and things in that nature too. So no cap, if you ever need something to talk to, especially sports related, or just even how I know you're talking about Diggs, that's my guy, man. I'm a huge Diggs fan because I'm a Minnesota Vikings fan. So yeah, just in general, you know, just that's drama. But I say it like this: I'm a diehard Vikings fan because here in Charlotte, I actually grew up with Randy Moss's family. Because a lot of people don't know, Randy Moss was born in West Virginia and ran. But in his NFL career, when he played for the Vikings, he actually lived in Charlotte.
Yep, he still lives out here in Lake Norman or Lake Wiley.
He still lives. Bro, I see him all the time, bro.
Yeah.
I see him all the time. Sydney is his daughter. She ended up playing basketball at Florida before she ended up going a couple of different places. We grew up together, like in kindergarten. So he would come by and things like that, and I pictured up purple and gold. So that kind of, and you know, this is early 2000, 2001, 2002. So that kind of stuck. And then I've seen him and Dante Culpepper at times rolling. So I've always been a lifelong Vikings fan. But me being from Charlotte, you know, I support him. But yeah, since Charlotte, we got a lot of more movement to do, especially when it comes to just getting out there. Yeah, we have a lot more avenues that we can kind of tap into.
Well, first off, let me make sure it's Q, right?
Yeah. So my Instagram is QUEDOVA, Qdova.
Yeah, I
I
got
think
you.
we might follow you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we do.
Qdova,
Yeah, I just
QU.
had to make sure and check.
Yeah,
Well, first and
yeah.
foremost, I greatly appreciate the support and the love, man. That really means a lot to me. Because with this podcast shit and the content shit, especially if you're just doing it by yourself, sometimes you can get
Mhm.
uninspired, unmotivated, discouraged, and hearing stuff like that really does like help me keep going forward with this over the years when I get down, because I have no supporting cast to lift me up in times like that. So hearing that really means a lot. I truly appreciate it. Seriously. Now to the part where you said like you do like Beasley sometimes. Yeah, I've so when I do Fox Sports Radio with QCB, of course that's shot out of Beasley. I'm trying to. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, I will just say this real quick since it's kind of off topic. I just want to, as far as you saying like you doing your own thing, yeah, your own thing should be the main thing, and then that other thing should be the
Of
side.
course.
You know what I mean? Like really just
Yeah.
go crazy with whatever you got to give and make yourself different. That's all it is. I just try to be different. It's a lot of watered down content and podcasters out here,
Yeah.
and I just try to be different, but myself, which is different. So that's all it takes.
Yeah, I almost name drop too. I say like I almost name drop too. I try to chill on it for the podcast, just name dropping on some people. But yeah, some like I said, just health wise.
That's all good.
I mean, and no, I respect it. I respect that even coming from somebody too. I really appreciate that as well, coming back from you too, because like I said, I mean, and this is just me being like artist. And I do everything. Like when I literally say I do everything, I can say I think you're probably a person of different masks too. You probably wear a lot of different suits.
Oh yeah.
I'm a man of everything.
Mm-hmm.
From like I said, I started running the boards first. Like when it came to learning audio and broadcast and running the boards for a radio station out of Fayetteville. And that helped me to transition into like music, music producing and things. So I would have made music. I've been to Detroit, Cali, Vegas. I've done it all, but Charlotte's home for me. But what we really lack, we need somebody to pump up UNC Charlotte so bad. We need a football liaison. We need somebody that's going to be on that campus. Why ain't you did a campus tour at UNC Charlotte yet?
I have no legit answer, or better yet, excuse. I have no excuse to that. There's no reason I haven't. That's actually a great example. Matter of fact, do this. DM me your number. Let's talk about that off camera. Just because let's talk about that off camera. And let's actually get to topic. Why are you doing that? Since I got you here, do you know? I'm assuming.
Okay, yeah, I didn't even know we were still live. Oh, we live.
There's live, brother. There's live. There's live. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We'll talk off camera. This is live. Okay, so tonight's topic, we earlier were talking about the relationship between Stephon Diggs and Cardi B. I was breaking it down because I did research and realized I was born the same day as Stephon Diggs, different year, but also we're both from Maryland.
93.
He was born 93. I was born 94.
Yeah, 90. Oh, 94. Okay. You're right.
And we're both from Maryland.
I ain't no fan, but I just know,
Yeah, I got you. And we both have a liking to Latino women, especially from New York, especially from the Bronx. So I know exactly what is going on with them. So I just broke that down. And then it transitioned into us talking about relationships versus situationships. Which last longer, which have lasted longer for you, which do you prefer? And when it comes to sex, which one is better? Right? So that's what we've been talking about, just situationships versus relationships in general. So let me ask you, Q, before I let you go, I got to get something out of you. Do you have what do you have on the topic? Do you have anything, or do you want me to ask you a question in regards to it, or do you have a thought or a take on situationships or relationship situations versus relationships that you want to share?
I mean, honestly, I do. I mean, as far as my topic, I would honestly say, I mean, the biggest topic, especially if we're going in situationships, relationships, like in a natural relationship nowadays, now for us, what are we really looking for? What are you looking for? Are you looking for a woman that's going to be compassionate? You want a woman that you could see as your wife? Just want to have sex? Do you just want to go out with somebody? Do you just want friendship? But the narrative has changed over these years as far as in the early 60s and 70s, of course, they were pushing black, we're in a household, mother, father, we're all there.
Marriage rate
But
was
now
like
the
70%.
Who's getting married now? And do you even really want to get married now? Like, so my thing is, in a relationship, what is anybody even looking for now? Like you said, are you just looking for somebody that looks like Cardi B? Are you looking for somebody that looks like Sexy Red? Are you looking for somebody that looks like Lotto? And I give those three examples because that's what the industry has given us. They're not pushing out more Sades. They're not pushing out more Aaliyahs. They're not pushing out more natural beauty. So what is everybody looking for now? And I think it's just a natural facade, and they want a fast girl, a hot girl, or a girl that's attractive, but necessarily not going to take care of our needs. So what are we looking for in a relationship now? I don't even know anymore. What are we? That's why I'm single. And I'm 33, going on 34. Why? What are we doing?
Well, let's before we answer the grand scheme of things, let's keep it focused on you for a second. What do you look for in a relationship from a woman today in 2025?
Honestly, I look for I look for honesty. Honest. If I can get you to be honest with me, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll tell you my world story. I can tell you everything because we might be here today and gone tomorrow. I don't have any time for anybody to lie to me. If you got a guy, tell me you have a guy. If you have interest in other people, that's fine. If you don't have a job, if you live with your parents, let's be honest with each other, because a lot of times now what we're seeing, especially even in men, and I'm not going to try to break down a woman, but some people will tell a woman things different down the line. It's not a lie. It's not a fib. I just didn't tell you. So I just want my woman to be honest and loving and compassionate. Loving is the most thing for me. I don't like a mean woman. If you're mean, you're snarly, or you got an attitude, I don't want to deal with it, because I just believe in karma. So I just want a loving woman who's honest to me. I don't care what you look like. And believe me, that might say shallow. I don't care about that. I don't care, because what everybody wants sometimes might not be what you need.
Yeah. Real quick, I want to get to some comments. Markel said he wants a marriage with a prenup. Now, that may be next week's discussion. That's a whole another discussion on its own. Katie, what up, Katie? Situationships are cool, but I believe they are not sustainable. At some point, it's what are we doing? Yeah, and Katie, we kind of talked about that about 30 minutes ago. Like as far as what typically ends a situationship. And real quick, Q, I'm gonna just answer her comment. And when I was talking about the Cardi and Diggs joint, I broke down how one of the two ways that's going to end. Assuming Diggs is an honest person, which I assume he is, but going into a situation, being honest, saying, listen, I don't want nothing serious, I'm just looking to hang out. I mean, that's respectable. Now, it's going to end one of two ways. Typically, when the man says this, I'm speaking from a man's perspective, Stephon Diggs' perspective, it's going to end one of two ways. The woman is going to be like, what are we doing? Because I really like you, and she's going to feel like she's wasting her time. Or it's going to end on some, listen, before I even get to that point, let's just be friends. Let me gracefully bow out. Right? It typically ends one of those two ways. Now, don't get it twisted. I've had some successful situationships that have lasted years, and more so friends with benefits, if you would, because I mean that's all we really wanted from each other at the end of the day for years. So it depends on what y'all looking for from each other and being honest about it and foreseeing the future. That's big with me with anything I get in. Like if I get in a situationship, I have to foresee the future. Like, okay, I know at some point she's going to walk away because her feelings are going to be involved, or I know at some point I'm gonna either want to get serious with her or go to someone else. Just got to foresee the future. Now back to you, Q. You mentioned Lotto, Sexy Red, and who was the third one?
Lotto, Sexy Red, and Cardi B.
And Cardi B. Okay, because you said those three are like really pushed out like to us, especially from social media.
Of course, absolutely.
Well, I would blame the pipeline first and foremost, social media. So I mean, social media is fucked up so much stuff. It's great as well. Like I would have not have built my brand without it, but it fucked up a lot of things, especially relationships as well. My quick opinion on it, and I want to get your take from it as far as the grand scheme of things with them three, especially. Okay, those three are pumped out a lot. I think dudes, and also those three, especially Lotto and Sexy Red, what do they say? What's the number one thing they say they want from a man? Money. And it's, I mean, Shorty has a whole song called Brokey. So I think when some dudes hear that, they take that as, okay, The only way I can make it work with a certain type of chick that I want is only money. Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, it is you. I mean, as a man, you should be able to provide for yourself and your family when you're looking to start one. Don't get it twisted. But I think some dudes think that tricking is the only way to get a chick because of women like this. And they try to put it in that relationship bucket, right? Now, if you ask me, you don't, I don't think you need money. Like, if you need money to get a chick, then you don't really got that chick, if you ask me. That's just
I was just saying, I promise you, like, you literally just spoke to me right now, because I said the same thing this morning, and I hate to name drop, but I will, because I was just kind of going through it, and I'm on social media all the time.
Mm-hmm.
When DDG was just going out to some other guy because he was talking about his relationship with his son's mom, Miss Berry, whatever, and Bailey, Holly Berry, whatever, Bailey Berry.
Mm-hmm.
But he was like, man, I had $1 million at 21, man, I'm rich. What you got? And that was just my thing. Now you got $1 million. Now you got every girl or female or whatever wanting that from you. So now how do you differentiate and find who's really for you? Because as I said, you got 1 million more problems than a broke man, because he might find somebody that just loves him out the womb out of concrete that blossoms into a rose, rather than he's already got it and he has to deal with women that are constantly after him. So now, as guys in the club, like you said, the dude that's throwing the most money or plotting the most money, can he probably get the most attention from females?
And then it's like, and then also like what you said, like, what are you looking for from that person? So if you need to show off all this money to get that chick, what are you trying to get her for? Just a hit? You know what I mean? But then it's like how you just said, you broke it down perfectly. You had a bar, actually. That was a bar that you had. But then you pretty much broke it down as to, okay, how can you tell she's really trying to be with you? Like, if you're trying to like actually like get with her, like I don't see, like me, I really like Sexy Red. Don't get it twisted. I really like Sexy Red in the sense of I would love to hang out with her. I would love to interview on a podcast. I would love to go have fun with her. I see that as a fun chick. Now, as far as relationship, no, opposite side of the spectrum. You know what I mean? But I'm honest in dividing those two. I think some people got their wires crossed as far as not knowing how to divide the two, or putting one in the wrong bucket and vice versa. I think that fucks up a lot of situations too.
Well, you said that, let alone on social media too, because growing up early in the 90s, we didn't have it as much. I mean, we had MySpace, you know what I'm saying? Black Planet if you're old enough, you know, but when it really Instant Messenger, you know, certain things, but now you didn't see the money, the bling, the this, the that, and every single last thing now. Like, my brother is TikTok famous. I just don't even have a TikTok. I'm not for it, because, not to say it like I'm a generational, I listen to Earth, Wind & Fire and Jodeci and old people, but I still like to keep some old things alive as far as chivalry.
I feel that.
Door for you. I'll open the door and you be like, I got it. Okay, my bad.
Mm-hmm.
Pay my bills in too. So when it comes into a world of women that are becoming more masculine, they're taking over the roles of paying the bills, working on their own, which Black women that are independent, I thank you so much for being great, beautiful, and independent. At the same time, still we have to understand that there are men that may not have reached that level that you have, because the struggle for a Black woman and the struggle for a Black man, totally different.
That's a fact. Not saying one is better or worse, but they're different for sure.
Totally. Bro, if I could go into Onyx right now and goddamn swing around for a couple racks, you don't think I'd do it?
Bro, I was just I just made a video. I had a homegirl that was like a couple weeks ago. We was chilling, and I made a video. I didn't release it, but I was just like talking like, man, like it's some women, and y'all know that when we talking about that, it seems like they're in a different country every week. And I'm like, do y'all really make that much more money than men? And she was like, nah, like they got someone financing that joint. And I was like, you know what? I'm about to be a male gigolo. I'm about to give me a cougar sugar mama. I mean, y'all make it look sweet. I'm like, y'all make it look sweet. Put me on. I'm about to get me one.
Boy, I'm a dog and I'm Ace. I said, you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and switch my name to Ace Bigelow. Goddamn.
Male gigolo.
Male gigolo.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Sensational. Well, listen, Q, I hit my hour and a half for the night, so I'm about to get up out of here. I got your IG. Shoot me a DM with your number. We're going to chop it up about what you talked about earlier. I ain't going to bring it up because game is to be sold, not told on
Because that's how I always am. If I don't ever say anything to anybody, trust me. You seen I was out with the kids early. I'm a ghost out here for real. So anything like that, bro, I travel the country. So that's something we could easily accomplish too together, or whatever. I can put you on with some people I know.
Yeah, and I can tell you, you know what I'm saying, you going to the right, you're going towards the right direction, with it. So yeah, let's chop it up, man. Let's get together outside of this.
Yeah, one more thing. Can I say? Yeah,
for sure. Go ahead. Yep.
I own a towing company. It's called LSA Parking and Towing Enforcement out here in Charlotte. So by any means, if you ever lock your keys in your car, need roadside assistance or anything like that, it's LSA Parking and Towing. So, that's for the people. It's for us. We do booting and towing, but mostly if you need some help, you lock your keys in your car, you need some shit, we gonna come through for the 35. You need a flat tire on the road, if you're on 485, 77, 85, we'll do it for a smooth 50 if you ain't got AAA. But that's all I was gonna say.
LSA Parking and Towing. It's in the comments, ladies. If you get that flat tire and the man that you with can't fix that flat tire for you, first and foremost, that should be your last date. But make sure that you hit up LSA Parking and Towing to get it done officially. You heard?
I appreciate you, big dog, Jack.
For sure, bro. Send me a DM with your number, man. Let's chop it up.
You know it. All right, I'll holler at you, big dog.
All right, bro.
All right.
That was good stuff, man. That was good stuff. Well, listen, we hit our hour and a half for the night. Everyone that's tuning in, I need you to not tow my car. Yo, get your car towed. I mean, like, it's such a devastating feeling, especially from your own apartment complex. That happened to me once, like a year ago, because I have a handicap joint. I know a guy. I have a handicap joint, and I parked in the handicap joint coming from a party, but I don't know what I did, but I knocked it down right before I got out the car, and my joint got towed. And my heart, when I came out the next day, my heart just dropped. And I'm gonna tell you another spot that like is known for towing quick. University of Maryland. Anytime I've been in, I've gotten towed like 3 or 4 times when I was back home at College Park. Shit is insane. Nah, call in, V. I'll stay on. Call in. I'll stay on. 202-599-6992. Call in, V. Let's chop it up. I need you to not tow my car. That's funny. Call in, V. I'll wait. Yeah, I'm on. Katie, oh my goodness. Because it's already bad that your car not there, but then you go to thinking like, I'm about to spend $500 just to get my car back from parking in the wrong spot. And then of course, Q, and then the spot don't even be down the street. It'd be like 15 minutes away. But it's good money in towing. As far as being a tow truck driver, it's good money. Thanks for vibing with Day at Night. Who's this and where you calling from?
Hey, it's V.
V, what's going on?
Yeah. Calling from Charlotte.
From Charlotte. I stayed on just for you, V, so I'm looking forward to this convo. Do you have anything for us?
I was just about to say, ladies, do not fall for situationships. Definitely not worth it. You're going to get the short end of the stick. Men always carry like the key to relationships, marriage. Don't do it. It's pointless.
Yes, we do.
That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, you were definitely right. We do carry the key to relationship. But let me ask you this, V. Let me get your perspective on this, because this is actually something that recently happened to me. Where, okay, like my brand, if you would, like for the moment, I'm a bachelor. I kind of just, cause I don't even know the next city I'm gonna live in. You know what I mean? Like I kind of do my own thing. So what about when a woman reaches out to a man, knowing he moves the way he moves, knowing that she won't get a relationship out of him? She says, okay, cool. I just want to be friends with benefits. She's approaching me saying this, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. Why not? Let's go for it. Let's try it out. But then flips the table, says she wants a relationship, and then gets upset when it doesn't happen. What about that? I get what you're saying as far as, I don't know if the dude is lying. I get what you're saying. Okay, cool. But what about when the table is spun? When the woman approaches the table with, I want this. I want the situationship. But then gets upset when the man doesn't turn it into a relationship. What about that? What are men supposed to do? How are we supposed to take it when that situation arises? Talk to me, V.
So if she decides to come back knowing what the situation was off top, then I think you just need to cut it off with her.
Well, no,
you already told her what it is.
No, not come back. She started the situation, is what I'm saying. She's like, hey, I just want to be friends with benefits. Okay, cool. But then down the road, she's like, nah, I actually want a relationship now. Because that happens too. Let's talk about the whole shabiggity. I'll give you your perspective. I mean, I'll give you your props. You're on point. I think if a man says that, well, before we answer mine, let's get back to what you were talking about. Does this man lie, or does he keep it a buck from the jump and say, I only wanted to be a situationship?
No, I respect guys that keep it 100 from the top. I totally respect that. Now, I will say this: it's a lot of females that may not know how to handle it emotionally wise.
Mm-hmm.
But
so
if it gets to that level, I feel like a guy can control the narrative more.
Can control it. Well, yeah, like we said, he has control to the relationship, so that's a good point. So, was it a time where you were approached with a situationship offer and you took it?
No.
Never.
Never.
Good for you. Good for you. So you're
now when you meeting somebody and y'all are friends, that's cool. But when you just talking about, oh, this is what I want from the top, no.
When you're meeting somebody,
I feel like things.
Go ahead.
I feel like circumstances, things do change when you meet somebody. It can start off as friends, y'all cool, casual, whatever.
Okay, so let's start with there. The friends, y'all are cool, y'all are casual, y'all vibe together, y'all are friends. Is it plutonic or non-plutonic when you don't have sex with your friends? Which one is it? I think non.
If you hold up, I don't even believe in being friends with a guy.
Plutonic.
Unless you actually engage in a sexual activity, like it don't make sense. It's no such thing.
Oh, so there's no such thing as a man and a woman being just friends, and that's that, is what you're saying?
Absolutely. Unless y'all know if y'all grew up with each other, he liked the opposite sex. Other than that, no. Guys be plotting on the sidelines. That's not going to happen.
But, well, I disagree. I think it can work. But some women will be friends with a dude just for the same way, just to have a Lunchable in the fridge. It goes both ways, both plot. But I disagree with you, V. I think you can be friends with the opposite sex. Now, you have to know, like, especially if it's two attractive people, you have to know not to get close to a certain point. But from a male's perspective, I have a couple female friends, but I like to have women friends that I'm not smashing for insight. Well, not just insight, but like I said earlier, like I just love women in general. Like, y'all bring me life. Beautiful women inside and out bring me life. But I can be friends with a chick because I really like to get a lot of perspective on situations from women. Like, with a lot of like my podcast topics and shit, most of the stuff comes from women. Like, they give me great topics and stuff to talk about. Or maybe if she needs my perspective on something, I think it can work. But I think like if you may be somewhat attracted to her, like you have to know not to get too close. But I personally think it could work. Now, if you're in a relationship, that's a different story. Like if I have a girlfriend, or if you're married and you try to have male friends, that's a different story. But I just think on a regular, it could work. But you don't believe so?
Absolutely not. Might not happen today, tomorrow, down the line. Especially if they're attractive. That's crazy.
I might have to do a case study on that. That was a good one. I'm gonna have to do a case study. Stay on right quick, V. I'm gonna look at these comments right quick. Okay. Leave her where she is. She wanted a relationship from the beginning. Okay, so Danielle is talking about the situation I laid out. She wanted a relationship from the beginning. Women do not want to be in situationships, but some will take whatever they can get just to be with the dude. Again, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean,
and to change their mind too.
Yes, to try
I'll
to
say
change the man's mind, right?
I agree. I believe that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing well that's what it is, but I mean, I personally wouldn't want to be in those situationship because I feel like if the guy want me from the jump, he would want me. He would want to be in a relationship with me. I can't. I mean, that's how I feel.
So you would want the whole package. You don't want just the fun part. You want everything that comes with it, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Not just stepping out and having sex and all that. You want everything that comes with it.
Mm-mm.
And see, V, that's fair.
I'm older too, and so maybe that's different mindset. I don't know.
It could be, but here's the thing: everything you're saying and laying out is fair. It's respectable. Like how we talking about it, because I wouldn't even. The thing, I wouldn't even want to waste your time with it. Now the fucked up part about it is everything that you're laying out, and the dude will still he'll lie and say he want to get in a relationship with you just to get the situation benefits from you, but that's just messy. That never ends well. Like I always said, if you keep it a buck with a chick, you can never go wrong. But I would honestly gracefully bow out. Like me not looking for nothing serious at the moment, and you opposite, you want something serious, you don't want to just fool around, I would gracefully bow. I wouldn't even try to pursue it after that. You know what I'm saying? I'd just be like, all right, cool. But then also you say you don't want to even be friends with a man because you think that'll lead to something else, then I would just let you go on about your life. I wouldn't even bother. Now, the thing that's watering down the game is dudes that try to lie, think they keeping it lying just to get the draws on that aspect. Like, you know a movie that pisses me off? What's the movie with Martin? Is it Thin Line Between Love and Hate?
Yeah.
That's
the one you talking about? Lighter?
He pissed me off when he told that woman he loved her. I'm like, yo, come on. It's no ass on earth worth that headache, because we saw how that got him, but it pissed me off. But that happens a lot. I'll just say that happens a lot where a dude will lie and it's making the dudes that keep it a buck look bad. You know what I mean? And it's making women not even want to come around a dude that's keeping it a buck. It's like, oh, no, you're going to lie. Nah, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I have no problem gracefully bowing out. You know what I mean? Gracefully, but there's no problem. But the dudes that, like Martin in that movie, he pissed me off because he's still amongst us today. It's a million of them today. And I'm sure you come across some.
Yeah, you come across some, that lie about to get what they want out of something, but it's whack.
Yeah.
But I mean, it don't take long to somebody true college showing. You give them like 3 months.
Yeah.
4.
Shoot, 3 months or like 30 minutes. So V, what we know what you're not looking for. What are you looking for? If you are looking.
I don't know what I see it.
Say that again.
I said I don't know when I see it.
You'll know when you see it.
Mm-hmm.
God's timing.
That's what I always say.
Okay.
Sure.
I like that. So no type of my bad, I was reading the comment.
I'll give wine leadership.
You'll give what?
I'll say wine carrots. I'll say he has to be a leader. Show some leadership.
What does that mean? What does that look like? A man displaying leadership for you?
Being proactive, taking the initiative, giving solutions, and that's it.
Giving solutions, being proactive, taking initiative. Okay.
Yeah, proactive initiative sound the same thing, but interchangeable. But yeah.
So what if you come across a guy, y'all hitting it off well, but he doesn't display that?
Then he got to go. Like what?
You wouldn't.
Why am I talking to somebody that wouldn't know what to do when?
So would you just leave? Would
Shit
you
going bad, going last. That's crazy.
would you just leave, or would you like kind of break it down to him like that? Listen, that's something that I kind of expect from a man. Or would you just say he's not showing it, I will leave? Which one of the two would you do?
I wouldn't say I would just leave.
A good question from the comments.
But
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
but I would actually have to know where it lacked from. And is it even worth like continue talking to this person? Mind you, we probably not in a relationship, so
Just
it's
dating.
just getting to know somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's another red flag in the beginning that you could choose to ignore, like, this ain't it.
Mm. Yeah.
So it's
And that's why I asked that, because I think it's certain things that from a man and woman that like you're looking for, I think it's certain things that kind of have to be displayed, because if you tell the person that's something that you like that they're not displaying, they could be faking it to, you know what I'm saying, just trying to get good with you. Or that could be something that I don't know, certain things I think should just be like you should just be aware about coming up. I don't think as an adult you should be teaching other adults certain things, not everything. Some things can be broken down, but certain things not. So a good question from the comment section. Q asks, does he have to have money?
Yeah, when women want a broke man. Now, how much money is questionable?
You tell
now,
me.
You
tell me.
What makes sense for each other's lifestyle, which y'all both agree on. You have to be compatible, like knowing your limits. This is what I like to do. This is what we both like to do. Things like that. That's what depends on the money. What's our priorities? Things like that. So that comes into play.
Yeah, that's a great answer. I think social media has watered down that like perspective a lot, unfortunately. Some people,
we don't know what's.
Go ahead.
Oh, excuse me. Go ahead, my bad.
No, you go ahead. You said you don't know what?
I mean, you don't know what is having money to each person. Because to be honest, when I mentioned somebody that I was dating, I mentioned the amount of money that I thought was reasonable. In his eyes, it was not. So as far as he wanted to make more, that ain't enough. So I feel like, honestly, men have more of this expectation to this pressure to make a lot more money than women women think about, honestly.
Yeah, way more than they think about, especially at a certain age. I think it's kind of crazy how like some women will expect a dude in like his mid to late 20s to like really be able to like provide like for a family. And that's a big reason why I casually date today. Like a lot of my money goes towards investing into my brand, like a lot. Like this shit costs a lot of money. Now, fortunately, I found ways to kind of get a ROI through certain things. But yeah, it is pressure, but it's also understanding that we, when it comes to having a family, like we got to do that. You know what I mean? Like it ain't no excuses as a man. Like, you know what I mean? And that's just how I carry about it. Cause I saw my grandfather, he took care of everybody. Like my grandmother worked, but I don't think she really had to. But like my grandfather, like he got up every day. He went to work and he made sure everyone was good. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, yo, I thought that was hard as hell. I'm like, yo, that's tough. You know what I'm saying? Like to make sure your family Gucci, having a nice crib, you know what I'm saying, where it ain't no worries. Like I thought that was so hard. Like that was a great example set by him. But it doesn't have to be to a drastic level, but we know that at the end of the day, the family structure comes down to us. The foundation comes down to us as men. It's like you said, you know what I'm saying? You want a man that leads. We understand that. Now, when a dude gets frustrated in his younger ages, if you would, where he's not at that level yet, and a woman expects that from him, then that can get a little muddy. You know what I'm saying? When he gets frustrated in that, but you know what I'm saying? You just gotta understand as a dude that you gotta wait till you're ready, man. Like, and that's a big reason why I'm not in a relationship now. I'm not looking for a relationship. because I can't financially, like, I could, time, energy, and money. That's my whole thing. Like, that would just, I just got too much of that going towards other things to be able to try to put that in a relationship right now. But that comes from understanding as a man. And a lot of dudes, they may not be ready for that, but they'll try it because they think, oh, I have to have money to get her. And they go broke off it. It's a shame. It's a shame. But social media has a lot to blame about.
That's true, but they go broke off going after the wrong female.
Yes. Now, I will say this. You're saying they're going after the wrong female.
See, that's the problem now. There's a lot of guys, they look for what they want on social media.
Yes. But also, what does that come from? From what they see being displayed by women on social media. But that comes from what's being displayed by people, you know what I'm saying, entertainers and shit. It's all a mess. It's all a mess. My light just cut off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, listen, V, my light just cut off, so I guess I got to slide soon. Well, listen, thank you for calling in. I truly appreciate you. You've been rocking for like the past like hour and some change. That's real. I truly appreciate that for real. I will be back next Friday. On Mondays, I do football talk, but next Friday I'll be back. I might try to do. Is Juneteenth next week?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna do Thursday. I'm gonna do a Juneteenth special. I'm gonna do a Juneteenth special. But I appreciate you for tuning in. I'm gonna get to these comments before I get out of here. So if you got something, you can drop it in there because I got a lot to get through before we get out of here. But thank you for calling in, V. There was some great perspectives. I really like your mindset on some things because it sounds like you're not really going for the okie doke, and you're set on what you want, which is good. You know what I'm saying? You're not trying to manipulate nobody, and you're not trying to be manipulated yourself. So good for you. I'm never mad at that. I'm never mad at anybody keeping it a buck. So I appreciate the love. I appreciate you for calling in. Hope you have a great rest of the night. You have any plans for the weekend?
No, unfortunately.
Okay, you have a nice voice. A really nice voice.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know if I said that. You have a soothing voice. Well, all right, well, go ahead and enjoy your chill weekend. I'll be back next week, and I look forward to hearing from you again.
All right. Thank you for having me on.
For sure.
Bye.
All right, V. Peace. All right, before I get out of here, I'm mad that this light cut off. Hold up, y'all. Let me turn this light up. My backup light. Damn, that's bright. Hold up. I'm going to get to these comments before I get out of here. It's going on 2 hours. This is dope, though. I appreciate this. I like this. All right. See what these comments talking about. All right. Let's try to catch up to these comments. Let's see. Where are we at? Danielle says she wanted a relationship from the beginning. Okay, that was a joint. Yeah. All right, Katie. I think men can tell when that happens. You can feel when those feelings start to grow. I mean, it's almost only natural, especially if y'all really vibing, like we together on a daily. Yes. So I'm in the comment section. I'm way up. I have to catch up to what y'all talking about. But I'm at Katie's comment right now. I think men can tell when it happens. Yes. And that's why when it gets to that point, like when I was talking about earlier with Cardi and Stefan before you tuned in, like when it gets to that point, I understand it. And I'll be like, listen, I'm not going to, like, it don't matter how good the sex is. If I know that she's like damn near in love with me, I'll even tell her, like, listen, I like you're gonna just move on because I'm not gonna give you what you want. Like I've ended situations on that where like I can't give you what you want. I know like you damn near in love with me, and I've had to gracefully bow out. It's tough. But again, if you move like that, you have to go into every situation knowing that at some point that's gonna come. And it's, I don't know, it kind of sucks, but you just gotta mentally prepare for it at the beginning. Platonic is when you don't have sex with your. Okay, so platonic. Yeah, that's what I meant. You can't be friends and having sex. Nah, it never works. Being like friends, like y'all just, oh, we're just friends, but we fuck sometimes, never works. Never. I don't care what, never. 0% chance success rate. Like I've had, don't get me wrong, I've had like friends with benefits that like lasted, but we weren't friends. Like we literally only linked up to hook up. That was it. Like we weren't like actually like friends, like having like conversations with each other, like meaningful conversations at least. Like it was, nah, ain't no way. Can friends have sex? Sex workers. If you have a friend of the opposite sex before you get into a relationship, are you ending that friendship? No. Me personally, so Bubba, this was a good question. Asked if you have a friend. Hold on, let me try to pin these joints before I move on. If you have a friend of the opposite sex before you get in a relationship, are you ending that friendship? No, I'm not personally. Nah, I wouldn't. Now you may cut back like hanging out and stuff like that, cool, because it's out of respect, but I don't think you have to end that relationship. Like, nah, I wouldn't. In response to that, Katie said, I wouldn't end the friendship, but there would be boundaries. Yeah, like I just said. Like, there's no way we'd be chilling or texting. It's more support from a distance. Yep, boom. Background is fire. Good looks, bro. Appreciate that. Danielle was talking about a man taking initiative. Yeah. And that shit I don't know, it feels good as a man just giving a woman opportunity to, you know what I mean? Take your lead. Like that's just a good feeling. But you gotta you can't fake that. That gotta come from within you. So you gotta work. It all comes from working on yourself first, bro. I think a lot of people try to skip the work. And I'm just speaking from a man's perspective because that's all I know. I can't speak from a woman's perspective, but it comes from doing the work first. Like it's because of social media. You see a lot of younger dudes in their early 20s try to skip the process and go straight to the, you know what I mean? Nah, man, you gotta go through the work. You gotta fuck up the bag with some good women. Like you gotta fumble some badass joints. Like you gotta get your heart broken. You gotta you know what I'm saying, come across some situations where you felt demasculated as a youngin'. I'm talking about. You gotta learn, you gotta go through these situations before you know what I'm saying, before you really build your bridges as a man. Like no one is just born a man. Like you can't learn how to become a man through social media. It's trials and tribulations. Like I love every situation I've been through, bad more than good, because it's more good that comes from the bad than the good. The good you just celebrate. The bad you learn from that shit, man. Like for real. Like you gotta go out on your own, move out on yourself, be broke. You gotta be broke as a man at some point. You gotta be broke, bruh. You gotta know what that's like to have to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to, bruh. Like you got to. As a woman of my status, the man has to have a decent income, not the same or more than me, but he has to be pretty stable, something we could possibly build a future together with. Equally, yeah. Yeah, if you talking relationship, yeah. Definitely depends on the woman. Like you ain't gonna get no, if we talking relationship, marriage and all that, you ain't gonna get no, you know what I mean? I mean, if you want to make chicken, then that's you only gotta spend $1. But if you want to filet mignon, come on, like we know his levels. We just some dudes fuck up the playing field. We know his levels. This is huge. If you're not financially stable, you shouldn't be dating. Work on you. Absolutely. See, that's where I'm gonna just be honest. If you're not financially stable, that's where just having like a chick a friends with benefit is more so handy. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause listen, I ain't got it. And she be and if you just keep it a buck, you'll be like, okay, well you cool. Well, you know what? You might get lucky sometimes. But don't go broke. Don't go broke trying to date, man. That shit is nasty. Do not go broke trying to date. Like you got to be able to like a date night should be nothing off your back. Don't be in that joint checking your phone every second. You know what I mean? Like you sweating when she look on this side of the menu. Nah, bro, that's too much. I've been there too, and that's why I know not to. That's what I'm saying. You gotta go through your shit, man. As a man, don't skip the process. Love is free, but it's not everything. So many more things tied to success, sustainable relationship. Yeah, but you need money. It ain't everything, but it's something. Hold up, what's this? I gotta see who this is. This my brother right here. I didn't even know that was you, John. John, what's good, bruh? Hey, I was like, hold on, who is this? I couldn't tell from your photo. He said you talking about going from the bottom of the depth chart to the top in a single digit. That's a walk on, no bullshit. I ain't know nobody, bro. I just said, man, let me. I was like, yo, Wilson, what's up? He said, yeah, come to trials. I was like, bet. Hey, man, I appreciate you, bro. Hope all is well, man. Hope all is well, bro. Just appreciate that, man. If you still in here, John, appreciate that, Brody, for real, man. Hope all is well with you, bro. It's my dog right there, man. Relationships have many layers, factors that go into it. Love is absolutely free, but money is definitely a factor. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Mental stability is important. Emotional intelligence, yeah. Because a crash out, man or woman, crash out, it never ends well. But yeah, money is a thing. Like I said, it ain't everything. But it's a nice thing. It's a nice thing. But that emotional intelligence, absolutely. Absolutely. Man or woman. That's what you be seeing dudes losing it, crashing out, beating up their chicks. That's good for nobody. It's bad for the kid because they see that and that fucks up their whole psyche. It's bad for the chick because she getting abused. It's bad for the dude because he don't know how to control his emotions as a man. Then you getting locked up for that. And they don't like that. When you beat, well, I don't know about beat women, but if you fuck with kids and get locked up, that's your ass in there. Short eyes. You know. If your girl got you going broke, move around. I don't expect my man to pay for everything. Like, shit, I got dinner this time. I got this activity. I see something you may like. I'm gonna get it for you. Yeah, it's definitely yin and yang. And even if like, and I think more important, like if like one of the two, but more importantly, like if the man hits like a dry spell or he whatever loses his job and gotta bounce back from something, whatever it is, accident, whatever. And he gonna be in the hole for a minute. I think that shows a lot of character too, as far as like, bet I got your DM. I think that shows a lot too, as far as how she goes about it. Because if you good, what Bernie Mac say? He said, being on top and being like good and having money, all that'll get you the woman that you want, but struggling will get you the woman that you need. So I think it's important as well to see, like, if you fall off a little bit, like what that reaction is like. Yeah, but what is the line where you feel you got to step back when you're not on the same page with your partner? Gotta be 100, man. Gotta be 100 with yourself. Gotta be 100 with yourself. Let's run it up on each other. I know I'm like way down. Okay, I'm not way down. I'm catching up. Or you should just thug it out. And to be clear, I cater to my man just like he caters to me. I don't mind swiping my card as long as it's reciprocal. Yeah. Yeah. And unless you really got it like that, if you like making, let's say like 50 to 80K, I think the average income from the average black man in America is like 45 to 50. So let's stick with that. Say like you're making 50. Like, and if you have to pay for everything, if you date a woman and she expects you to pay for everything, and she likes doing things, you're fucked. It's no way you're not gonna. You're fucked. That's messed up. That's messed up. But yeah, and that's tough. That's actually like dealing with a chick that like gives that energy back. Cause like V said when she called in, there is pressure for men in America, especially black men in America today, to feel like we have to be able to financially provide everything all the time. Like it's always like that's all I think about is trying to make money. You know what I'm saying? It is a lot of pressure. But like when you have a chick that like, listen, let me take some of that pressure off. Let me get this. Let me do this. Let me get this for you. That's big. That's big. Very attractive. Very attractive. Very attractive. John says, she said reciprocal. I use my wallet whether it's reciprocal or not. That's what men do because it's what you do when you want someone you want to take care. You should be some other way around. So basically saying, John said whether it's reciprocal or not, he gonna do what he got to do, and that's respect. Like I've done it as well, but if she every hand there looks out, man, that shit is dope to me. Transactional, this shit is voluntarily. Yeah, definitely voluntary. It's definitely our decision. It's absolutely voluntary, but I'm not going to continue pouring into someone who's not pouring into me. That's a waste of time. Hey, this is a perfect way to end it. You know what's funny, bro? I shaved my, yes, to answer your question, I shaved my head. That's why I was wiping my head, bro. A bald head attracts so much fucking heat. And this light that I use right here is bright. Like, this shit gives off a lot of fucking heat. My head is hot as fuck right now. Yeah, I shaved my shit. Since you want to be funny, you can put a standing picture in your profile pic since you want to be funny. But yes, I shaved my head about at like 7 o'clock, so like 4 hours ago. Yeah. Oh, y'all didn't see me use my fingers on IG. Yeah, I shaved my head like 4 hours ago. To answer your question. Nice and shaved. Nice and shaved. Tell you, man, and you got braids. If you got braids or waves, you played out. You played out. Because here's the thing. At some point, your shit gonna go. And you're gonna be sick. But I'm ahead of the curve. So I'm up 50 before the game even starts. Profile. Well, listen, man, I intended to go for like an hour, 15, an hour and a half at most. We're going on 2 hours and 5 minutes. And that's because y'all been tuning in. Y'all been in the paint in 20 years. Y'all been in the paint. Y'all been rocking with your boy on I Like the Logic. You feel me, Katie? I'm ahead of the curve. At 23, I said, Jordan, look, I'm not going to hold on to it. Just get rid of it. Because, I know people my age who went bald around that same time I did or started losing their shit around the same time. I know people who are still under the hat. No pics on IG without the hat. If they go to take out the trash, they putting on the hat. I personally know them. And I feel like I'm a spokesperson, if you would, of the BBL, the Bald Brother Legion. I'm a spokesperson. So like, I feel like it's somewhat a duty of mine to consistently show off the chrome dome. Because I'm telling them it's cool. Like, I come home, like, no lie. I lie to you not. Like, it's dope, honestly, for two reasons. One, when dudes now, like, this has been happening for like the past 5 years. Yeah. When dudes now go bald, I'm usually the first person they tell. They be like, yo, I did it. I came home. I'm like, welcome home, brother. We've been awaiting you. You know what I mean? Like, how does it feel? And they'd be like, man, it feels great. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can see that on their face. I'm like, yo, congrats, man. Like, you've had a weight lifted off your shoulder. Now, granted, you're going to sweat a little easier. Your head's going to sweat a little easier. And the back of your ears is going to be cold during the wintertime, but it's a relief. And I feel like I'm someone that people can come to once they reach that milestone. And that's a good feeling. And then the second part is I'm the Grim Reaper of hairlines. So now I can spot it from a mile away. I'm like, oh, he got about 2 months. Oh, he got about a year. Oh, I can see it. I'm the Grim Reaper of hairlines, and that shit is dope. People be like, yo, you think I'm good? How long do you think I got? People have asked me, how long do you think I got? Let's see, can I actually do that? It's a video. I might be doing too much, but yeah, that might be doing too much. So I was on Larry and Lionel about 6 months ago, and it's like a 5-minute joint where we actually talked about that. You know what? I'm gonna pull it up. Let's see if I can do this. I should be tech savvy enough to do this. Let's see. See if I can pull this up. Let's see. And I was just looking at this too, which is actually funny. All right, where we at? Larry Lionel. Okay, here we go. And Markel, this is a joint when you asked me in the beginning to take off my hat, which was actually the perfect alley-oop. All right, let's see if I can set this up. All right, let's see. Okay. Can I do a camera in camera? Hey, okay, let's see. All right, how can I? Hold on. Okay, boom. Hey, I got it. Look at that. All right, can y'all see that? Wait, hold on. And let me know if y'all can hear it too. When I play this, give me a thumbs up and let me know if y'all can hear it. All right, let's see. Do this. All right, cool.
No.
Let me know if y'all
Y'all
can
call it. No. My man got the fresh.
Yo, hey yo, bro.
I just shaved it too.
Bro, I'm doing a countdown, bro.
You doing the countdown?
He said,
Cussy.
"Where's Joe clean up?"
December
It's
1st. I did
clean.
get a new cut. I did get a cut, so we straight. But
Nah, you got time.
no, I don't. December 1st.
Bro, you don't have to go this year. See what I mean? Like people come to me and be like, "Yo, do you think I'm good?" Like it's a dope feeling. All right, let me go back to the camera. All right, let me get out of here. I was supposed to leave. Did y'all hear that? Let me see if y'all were able to hear that. Did y'all see that and hear that? Oh, y'all can see that and hear that? All right, cool. Let me go back to it then. Let's go ahead and finish that out. All right, hold on, because it was actually funny. Shout out to Larry and Lionel. Best podcast. All right. I mean, you got like at least another like 6 to 8. Oh, wait, hold up. My fault. Hold on, because I want y'all to see this. I also got to show love to my brothers, Larry and Lionel. All right.
So we straight, but
Now, on the countdown?
He said,
Cussy.
"Where's Joe clean up?"
December
It's
1st. I did
clean.
get a new cut. I did get a cut, so we straight. But
Nah, you got time.
no, I don't. December 1st.
Bro, you don't have to go this year. I mean, you got like at least another like 6 to 8
Day.
months.
He got some time. How much time I got?
See, and it's lit that I can. I'm like the grim reaper of hairlines now that I shave my
I
shit.
think I got like 2 years.
He's good. 2, yeah. Because your shit lay down.
You getting the cowlicks though? I gotta throw some heat in there. You getting the cowlicks?
No. I know. I watch it.
You gotta
I
hear.
hate that.
You ever wake up one day and realize some of this shit missing? You like, damn, what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't like this.
No, I had a bush, and I knew it was kind. Hold on, this is really me, y'all. Hold on.
They didn't realize some of this shit missing. You like, damn, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, I don't like this.
No, I had a bush. That joint. I was high as shit in this photo. Hell yeah, I actually had hair. I had braids in like elementary school for a couple years. And then before I shaved my head, when I first got to college, I had a bush. Actually, both of these are from college. And I had good hair. Even when my hair was cut and I had like waves, I had waves. I never used a do-rag. I never put anything in my hair. I would use water, at the absolute most, castor oil. And I would just brush it. I had such good fucking hair, which is the only reason I'm kind of like salty about being bald, is because I had good fucking hair. At least my kid's going to be set, I think. They're not going to be bald because of me, because baldness comes from the mother's dad. So I'm good. I'm not going to fuck my kids up as far as baldness. But I had good fucking hair. So that's the only reason I'm salty. I ain't gonna lie. I had a bush, and I knew it was kind of thinning in the middle. I had a bush, and I had great fucking hair too. That's the worst part of this whole shit. Bro, when I cut my bush, I got like the number 2. I ain't even go crazy. I got the number 2. When I cut my bush and really looked at my shit, I was like, oh, that's when the countdown really started.
Every day in life,
Yeah. Well, on that note, yeah, that was the moment. Every dude that's bald or is going through the whole bald thing, that's the moment. Bottom right was the worst pic you ever put on the internet. I was like 19. I was high. I don't even know why I took that picture. I'm glad I did though. Every here and there I go back and reminisce on it. But yeah, that's the worst feeling. But anyway, to answer your question, yes, I shaved my head a couple hours ago. The women love it. They like rubbing on it. Have had a few that licked it. So, joke's on you. Braids are played out. Waves are played out. Everyone that tuned in, he said, why is going bald a big deal for men? Because for one, we're not used to it. And two, it's associated with kind of losing yourself. You know what I mean? Like you're losing a piece of yourself. Your hair is you. So you're losing a piece of yourself if you would, and you're not used to it. So it kind of, what's the word? It can take away some of your confidence as a man, because you feel like you're losing some of you. You know what I mean? And I don't know, may feel like we look weird bald. I felt like when I was like, yo, I'm gonna look weird bald. Like no one with hair says I'm looking forward to being bald. Now in the 90s, I know they did that weird shit, but you know what I mean? I don't know. Cardi was good. He said braids played out. Yeah, braids and waves both played out. Bald is the wave, man. You know that, Cardi. Acting surprised. Licked it is crazy. Yes. from what I can remember too, I'm not saying I'm letting every chick lick my head. Absolutely not. There's levels. Like, you got to be a certain pedigree of women to lick my head. Like, we got to be locked in. But yeah, like all the time, women like rubbing, because I guess like they look at it and be like, oh, it must be so smooth. And it is. Once you shave it, it's smooth. But yeah, back to your question, V, because we're not used to it. It's something we're not used to. And we feel like we're losing a part of ourselves, a part of our identity. And then we imagine looking funny with a bald head. So all that goes into it. Now, once you get comfortable with it and you get compliments from it and, you know, your beard comes in. For me, I was like, yo, I have to have a beard. It did, my beard wasn't like this in college. It was less, but I was like, I need at least something. And I was like, you know, I need to work out. I for sure was not going to be bald with no beard and just bony as hell. Absolutely not. No. Hell no. I ain't trying to look like a boiled peanut out here. At least you got a beard though. Yeah, see, like I just said. See, look, you literally just said what I just said. Literally just said like that's a big deal. Like I was like, yo, I need to have a beard. Like, or at least the mustache and goatee at the absolute least. But I've always wanted a beard. Even before I started going bald, I've always wanted to have a beard. So I was like, I need to have a beard. I need to have some type of build. Like, I'm not muscular. Like, I'm like athletic type build. I've never been like diesel. I've never been heavy. I've never been chunky, chubby, fat, nothing. I've always been like slim or athletic or anywhere in between. So I was like, as long as I have that, I'm cool. And then once I first shaved my head, that's when I like stepped up to like 30 plus. Cause I shaved my head at 30. I shaved my head at 23. And that's when older women started, it was crazy. It was like a light switch. Older women started complimenting me and started coming my way and stuff. I was like, oh, all right, this all right for real. And that shit took my confidence with being bald to the whole nother level. That's what really did it right there. Once the older women got a hold of it. Cardi, what up? Well, listen, man, I'm really going this time. I know I said like 20 minutes ago I was leaving, but I really am about to leave this time. Got to edit some clips, put that out, set up the studio for tomorrow. But everyone tuning in, I truly appreciate y'all, man. Some of y'all been here the whole time. Shout out Markel, shout out V. Anyone else that been tuning in from the very jump, y'all real. Danielle, of course, you are a big reason why I did this tonight. If you wouldn't have hit me up, Danielle, asking if I was doing it, I don't think I would be doing it tonight. So big shout out to Danielle. Also, shout out to Bean, celebrating his first birthday party tomorrow. So I'm sending him mad love. Hope he has a great time. Hope y'all have a good time. Hope all goes well at the B-Day party. Everyone else tuning in, hope y'all have a good rest of y'all Friday night. Hope y'all have a good weekend. If you in Charlotte, stay dry. It might rain a little bit. If you in Charlotte, pop out to Taste of Charlotte. I'm going to try to make it to that on Sunday. Get some good food. Get some good eats. Everyone else, whether you in Philly, shout out to Markel. Shout out to 215. Guns, if you back home. Of course, Danielle, if you back home. Everybody else, hope you have a good, safe weekend. This is Day at Night Live, hosted by yours truly, Day with an I, not a Y. Please do not X Y. I'm about to get out of here. Make sure y'all stay safe, stay sane, but most importantly, stay blessed. We out. Peace.
I'd like to introduce.
Listen to the day by day, play by play. Day by day.
I want a fruit tray, a big ass fruit tray.
Listen to the day by play.
Oh man.
Day by day.
Cardi, what up?
I'd like to introduce.
Listen to the day by day, play by play.
Shout out to my pops for this beat,
Day by day.
where I get some of my creative
I'd like to
talents from.
introduce.
Listen to the day by day, play by play. Day by day, listen.
Surprised I'm not asleep. sleepy. Oh, I gotta set up this studio.
I'd like to introduce.
Day by day.
And just like that, we out. Peace.